Hello everyone, and welcome to another Sunday here on Exploding Dice. How are you all doing? How's everyone doing? My camera's going all fuzzy. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why it auto-focuses on itself. What's going on, everyone? And welcome to another episode of Exploding Dice Plays D&D as we get ready to play some more 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Is that me?
No, I doubt it. Remember, players, if you're watching the stream, mute it.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I hear myself kind of coming through somewhere.
You're muted, you're muted, I'm muted, he's muted. Nope, I'm muted.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. We'll see if it continues. And real quick, by the way, if someone is in chat, just let me know how audio levels are. I tend to forget to check them, and as such, I have no idea what's going on with audio, so please tell me if the music in the background is too loud, too soft, this and that. But thank you everyone for joining us as we dive right in to another game. We are, of course, down in Ashley because she's busy relaxing on the beach while we are sitting here getting drunk and playing pretend.
Can't believe her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have power, so she's cut off from the internet.
But that's not true. She was just retweeting us.
Okay, she has half internet.
She has her phone. So if you are on Twitter, go tweet at Fate Kills and tell her that she's missing a great time here. Though I'm sure she knows deep in her heart. Anyway, let's not waste a whole ton of time and let's introduce our players. This time we're not going to start with the man immediately on my right because he gets really uncomfortable when I do that. So instead, I'm going to start all the way at the other
Today
end.
I'm fine with it. I just
Make up your damn mind.
Not today. Now today you get to wait.
No, I mean go for it.
Actually, we're not even going to introduce you at all. You don't get speech.
You get nothing. So let's start all the way on the end with the man who, I don't know, is he frozen or is he just staring intently at his keyboard?
Or disconnecting.
No, he disconnected. Oh no. I can't
Disconnecting would be better.
I can't start all the way at the end because Josh is disconnected on us. So while we try and get him back, it looks like he's having some internet issues, but we will work on getting him back. Why don't we start with the next best thing, which is right next to him. How you doing, Chris?
Good.
Good to hear.
Hey, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. It was quite eloquent. Why don't you tell everyone what's going on, who you are, and who you are playing today?
I am Chris. I do shit and stuff. And today I am continuing my role as the Dwarven Instigator. I am also dropping shit. I'm a Dwarven Rogue who has conveniently got everybody in a possibly serious pickle with a random imp creature thing that we found. And I'm going to see if I can bluff our way out of this shit.
One will hope. Also, we're getting a little bit of static in the background. Don't know who that is. I think it might be you. But we will soldier on anyway. How about the man right next to him looking as relaxed as possible? How's it going, Adam?
Hey, how's it going? I'm Adam, the Druid. The calm, cool, collected, wonderful Druid. Okay, that's good.
Joel.
That's enough.
His name is Xantor, by the way.
Yes, Xantor, as it says right below him. And he's just too relaxed to care today. And finally, we get to the one who is the man on the end of the line. This time around, how's it going, Trendade? How you doing?
I thought we weren't introducing me.
Well, I just did. You don't
I
get
lied.
to.
Oh, so you're a thief and a liar.
Just a rogue. That's it. Not necessarily.
Who
a
is
thief.
sending me another message?
Combine thief and liar into one word. It's rogue. Okay. Efficiency of communication. Like it. So, hi everybody. Trendade Sparks. I'm a freelance professional voice actor and blah 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 blah. Blah. And I will be playing, as usual, the bitchy human fighter named Balin Koth, who really only likes to help people who are willing to help themselves. So if he gives you a solution and you don't like it, he's going to be like, fine, fuck you then, and he's going to leave. And I tried to help and you wouldn't listen, so done with you.
I respect that.
Awesome. And Josh just sent me a message. He said he is having some internet issues. He's going to be clearing that up in just a second. So while we wait
that's what he gets for bad mouth and fake kills. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there might be some cosmic justice going on there. But while we wait for him to get back, why don't we go ahead and do a little recap, because there's been quite a few things going on last week. Things went from interesting and dangerous to confusing and more dangerous. But before we dive right into it, well, actually, no, we'll do this after. So, last week, you guys, if you recall, you had just finished... Sorry, I dropped my tissue. You had just finished saving your close friend Amiko Kaijitsu from being a prisoner at the Sandpoint Glassworks. The Glassworks had been taken over by her estranged brother, Suto, who had apparently used the Glassworks as a staging ground for some sort of vile and violent revenge against his father, and possibly against the town of Sandpoint itself, where he had taken his sister hostage, and after you had fought through the army of goblins and the slaughter that they ensued in there, you found a journal of his with many, many cryptic messages, but among them you were able to discern that perhaps Suto was just one of a number of people who may be seeking to harm Sandpoint as a whole. He had messages talking about seeing the town burn. He had messages pertaining to people he either worked with or had interest in, and some names that you didn't recognize. But what you gathered from Ameko was that she had been led there by a letter from him, and then he had basically either himself or his goblin cohorts had assaulted her pretty violently when she did cooperate with him. So you freed her, you arrested him. He is very injured, but he is in the jail beneath the garrison. She is in tender care over at the church. And as you went to investigate, learn more about possibly what had happened, you had actually been talking to a local wizard, hoping to learn what you could about a local nearby tower, when said tower actually came crashing to the ground. It was about 1.5 miles, 2 miles outside of town. When you rushed to the scene, you found townsfolk and farmers had flocked there. What few guards there were attempting to cordon off the scene, though many of them are busy trying to keep the glassworks from being mobbed by local citizens. And they said that they had found a few strange bodies inside. You investigated the ruins. You learned that the bodies that they could not identify were, in fact, the corpses of 2 or 3 kobolds, small lizard-like creatures that you know are mostly residents of the swamps, but also sometimes inhabit mountain caves and such. You delved down the trap door in the collapsed tower, and you found a dungeon below, an old dungeon, partially destroyed by the tremors of the collapse. But inside, you found some wild insects that you fought. You found some relics from a bygone era, and learning that the place was in fact an old abandoned prison, you found a torture room where an invisible creature tried to tempt you into sitting in these metal chairs and offering your blood to the spikes upon them. The invisible creature, thanks to Zach Nafine, was revealed to be an imp who you proceeded to talk to a little bit, and in the course of him offering you information about the treasure inside, you decided to play a game. You were going to make a gamble, a wager with this imp, and his price was that one of you, if he wins, stay behind with him so that he may exercise his ministrations. And that was where we left off for the week. So we are going to pick it right back up there. You guys are in mid-conversation with this imposing imp. You are making a wager with him for the life of one of your friends, or in exchange possibly for glorious treasure, as he puts it. But before we dive into that, I want to remind everyone that you can jump in. You can actually help the game affect how things turn out if you'd like. There's a big banner right below us. It says the word donation on it, and you can use that to give players inspiration to help them out on skill checks. You can affect the game world by adding NPCs to it, or if you're feeling particularly generous and you want to help support the channel in a big way, you can have the players draw from our Harrow deck, which might give them an incredible boon or a less than desirable fate. But we don't know. That's all in your hands. So if you're enjoying the show and you want to help out, that is definitely the way to do it. And before we jump in, I will remind you guys that, as always, you can see it right up in the top corner. This show is brought to you in part by the fine folks that make Sirenscape. They are our sponsor. They keep all of the sounds working, and they provide us with access to their amazing collection of sound sets. So if you're a DM and you want to add music and sound effects, like this one and this one, then you can get your hands on Sirenscape and do just that. And it looks like Josh is back. What's going on, man?
Sorry about that.
No problem.
No idea what that was all about.
It's alright. It happens.
Gnomes.
And Siege Viper says, and also brought to you by the letters W, T, and F. Well, I mean, yeah, but they haven't really paid for advertising space yet, so they're more just moral support. So before we dive into the thing, Josh, do you wanna let everyone know who you are and who your character is tonight?
Yes, I am Zach Nafeen Ramor. I am a human paladin, still learning how to be more of like a paladin himself. He gives terrible one-liners. He's ruggedly handsome. That's what he tells himself, at least. He's new to the group, and we're deciding if he's going to be a registrant yet or not. So that's all we've got so far.
By the way, I'm gonna send you a link. I know we said a little bit, but this is just for you, because if you'd like to set your sort of deity in stone, that's the link of that's the list of all the deities in the region, and you can kind of pick the one that you think kind of works best with your moral compass, and then it's got all the information that your character would know about that stuff.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
All right. So let's dim the fantasy music a little bit. Let's turn up the spookiness by finding my spooky setting. Where are we here?
Super spoopy.
Yes. It is so spooky. There we are. Okay. Let's turn that up. And then let's get right back into it. So... the map might take a little while for you to load for you guys. It is fairly large, but this is where we are. You guys are right in the middle of this torture chamber. Let me close this. As I remind you, let's just remind you of the setting, the kind of surroundings. There's little doubt in any of your minds what the purpose of this chamber once was. There is, it's sort of a dank kind of musty-smelling room that seems to house a dry-rotted but fairly fanciful iron bull, large statue of a brass bull in the left-hand corner, which is sat over a stone pit that very clearly once held a fire under it. There is a large kind of dry-rotted rack, big kind of wheels on the side with handles, the whole table studded with iron rivets and deeply stained with ancient blood. There is a cauldron in the center of the room that is sat over a large fire pit, and the most of the north to you, but yeah, I guess the northern side of the room is sat with these iron chairs that are covered with cruel protuberances and sharp edges, and also leather belts, probably to tie people down to them. There is also a wooden table that probably once held various cruel implements of torture. There is a bronze plaque affixed to the western wall just above the rack, which depicts a crowing rooster above crossed spears. There is a short phrase that you can now kind of make out in the torchlight. It says, "Confession cleanses the soul, pain cleanses the mind." But your attention is now firmly focused on this winged creature that is hovering in the air just in front of Zaknafine.
I need control of the bear, please.
You should have it. Let me check. Yeah, it should be yours.
Okay, sorry, it's just because I couldn't see it.
Yeah, no problem. Let me give it sight then. There you go. Okay. So where we left off, Lycon, you were actually the one talking to this creature. Do you remember what you had been discussing?
We were discussing a bit of a wager, and I believe he was in the middle of accepting, but I don't quite remember what he was saying when we left. Or did it go back to me?
Yeah, so the creature had said, he said, you had told him that you had a box in your possession, and your wager was for him to guess what was in the box. And let's just turn that up a little bit. As he said, what's in it for me? He said, I win. I keep one of you here. And then, I believe it was Zaknafine who had stepped forward and offered himself as the sacrifice in this wager. So he will, when that happened, the imp will say, terms are agreeable, but rules always. He will kind of wave his hand in the air, and there's sort of like a flash, like flash paper going up. It's just like a burst of a little bit of smoke and light, and you see him he has a very small, probably normal size to him, but this creature is fairly tiny, so it looks like a paper scroll, and he says, you sign.
Is he talking to Zach or is he talking to me?
No, he's talking to you.
Okay. Am I able to read said scroll?
What languages do you speak?
I believe I only speak... Don't have them listed on the sheet. Of course, I've got to fix that shit.
Probably common and dwarven.
I think it's only... I've got common, dwarven, and I've got the weird
Thieves'
rogue-
Cant?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, it is none of those languages.
Okay. If we are to sign a contract, then for rules, then all parties should be apprised of these terms. Would you agree?
He thinks for a second. Let me hold on. Let me just find a thing here. Yeah. He thinks for a second, and he says, "Very well." And he kind of waves his hand again, and the paper kind of flashes. It's still the same, but this time it actually is written in common.
Okay. And what exactly does this contract say?
As you're kind of leaning down to investigate it, it looks like this contract stipulates. It's a very, very simple one. It says the party named agrees henceforth to the rules of this wager. The rules and wagered currency shall not be changed before or after the deal. And it's got a whole lot of there's a whole lot of I'm not gonna give you the full rundown of it, but from what you can tell, it says it's basically a lot of stipulations that just say that you're playing a game and that you're not going to renege on basically what the prize that you've put on the table. That you consider the wager to be fair and valid, and that you sort of release your claim to consider consider the wagers invalid after the fact or unequal.
Okay. I'll read the contract. I'll
Yeah.
look over at Zach. I'll relay the information, and I'll wait for his.
Without saying this out loud in the game, can somebody remind me why we're deciding to deal with this guy instead of just murdering him? Did we decide on why we chose this path?
Treasure.
Or is this just kind of how we've been going?
That was just how I decided to work
He
it.
promised us great treasures and wealth, and we're not alignment-wise. We're not really compelled to be disgusted by the offer of goods.
Yeah. Okay.
I would probably have problems with this.
Oh.
I mean, if you do, you're more than welcome. But
I mean, if he captures my soul, there's nothing in the contract saying that that you guys can't just kick his ass, right? I mean,
there's no language in the contract about your soul. It just says that you're
just that I have to stay there with him. But if he's dead, I don't really, I could carry his corpse around, I guess. Okay, I just wanted to check. All right, let's go back to it. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I'm good with whatever. I don't think this.
Stay is loosely defined. He could always come with us.
Yeah, I mean, let's do it. I'm not scared of an imp. I've broken doors and tables and stuff. I'm really not afraid of any imps.
then, after I get the okay from Zach, I will sign the contract and hand it back to the little imp.
All right. He will kind of take it and throw it over his shoulder with a poof. It disappears, and he says, "Bring out your chest. There will be 3 guesses."
I don't remember that being part of the contract.
Part of the deal? 3 guesses.
There was 1 guess.
There was no stipulation of guesses. You were to guess what was in the box that I had in my possession.
He says, "You agree to the rules?"
Oh
I
man, we
didn't see
messed
in the
up.
rules where it stipulated that you got 3 guesses.
We should.
He's he's kind of like he's leaning in, like still small. You can see his eyes are kind of smoking a little bit. He says, You have no respect for contract, for fair wager.
I have no problem with being fair. There was no stipulation in the rules about the terms of guesses, the how many guesses. So I will give you 2 instead of 3. I'll split the difference with you.
Very well. It is done. Bring out the object.
All right. I will pull the box
Okay.
from my bag and hold it in my hands.
Just for my edification, what kind of box is it?
Fucking mithril.
Actually,
can't see through that.
I don't remember how to describe the box. It was the box with the that we took out of the Iron Maiden of the fat guy. Iron fat guy.
The one with the
2
daggers in it?
Yes.
Okay,
it
that was a
the
metal.
maiden, or
That was a
that-
small metal chest. So
No, that was next to the bed, wasn't it?
yeah, it was
Yes.
under one of the beds. Yeah. No,
that
the
box.
okay. It's for your record, it is a small metal box, probably about yay big, by about yay, so high. It's got a little latch on it. It is a little bit beaten up and kind of dusty on the outside, but the inside there is like kind of a crushed velvety lining that's really, really musty and kind of smells very, very old. And the 2 daggers. Okay. So he will. You kind of hold it out. He's gonna fly very, very, like he's gonna flap his wings a little bit and hover kind of close. And as he's just gonna reach out with one finger and put it on top of the box.
Oh, that's BS.
I will move it away from his touch before he can touch it. No touching. You already guess.
He kind of raises one eyebrow at you. He says, "Human has no interest in fair play. Very well. 1 second.
Very fair.
Give me
If
a
I were to guess,
second.
I wouldn't be able to touch the box. And guess what is inside? Therefore, you shall not.
Give me
You
a
tell
second.
him.
I have to look something up. Nope, not what I wanted.
And as he does that, I take the box and I hold it behind myself so he can't
Okay.
easily get to it again.
And while I'm looking that up, thank you so much for JPB Sue. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. I'm so sorry, JPB Sue. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the madness, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So
John Boy, that's exactly how I would have pronounced that. Yes.
It's. Oh yeah, no, that's. I get it now. Well, thank you, John Boy.
But
Welcome.
we will try to remember that from now
Oh,
on, I swear.
absolutely. I believe you on Twitch. I don't use Twitch's chat. I'm very rarely paying for it, but I believe there's a thing that you can do. You can set like aliases for people. So do that. Okay. So he needs to do a thing. He needs to do. This one. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. So he will kinda hover back from you, and he says, This box is filled with keys for Cage.
Nope.
You see kind of a grin form on his face.
Hold on. Hey, can you explain what Cage? Well, I'm gonna say this in bear speak, but he should be able to understand.
He does not speak bear.
What?
He should be able to understand what I'm saying. A demon creature of a higher plane.
He speaks
He's a-
common
he's a
and
duck.
infernal. He doesn't speak bear.
However, Balin will look and say, "That's very well said. Good point."
I'm gonna quickly scratch on the ground, exclamation point and a question mark, and drawing an arrow. And I'm gonna tap Balin so he looks.
An arrow pointed where?
It's pointing at the imp.
Okay, thank you.
I hope he understands, because
An exclamation point, question mark, and an arrow. It seems the bear has said, "Huh?"
Hey, boo boo.
He wants to know what's in the picnic basket. Nah. Balin doesn't get it. Got no clue. He recognizes punctuation and an arrow, but he doesn't know why. He's a little more focused on, keeping his grip just loose enough so that his palms don't start sweating, so that when this goes down the shitter, he can very quickly attack, which he feels is coming very, very soon.
Oh man.
That's why I feel safe playing these kinds of games. Because I know you guys got my back.
How hard would it be for me to write elaborate in the dirt with my claws?
I mean, you can control your actions. This is a stone tile floor. Like, the tiles are small, but it is sort of a stone floor. It's not like dirt. So, might take a little while for you to scratch an elaborate message in there.
It wouldn't be an elaborate message, just be elaborate.
To whom it may concern.
Please explain the last.
I, Xantor, have a serious pressing question.
I know you
And
can't quite understand me.
So the imp is now like hovering backwards, and still big grin on his face.
I mean, okay, so like, I guess this is cheating, but Lycon, why don't you just like ask him to elaborate on what kind of key he means?
I'm not actually interested in the keys. Non-player knowledge, just so you guys know. I am actually interested in what the daggers are for. That's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to find out what the fuck these things are.
Well, do you want to
And
say
also
anything?
the
Do you want to say anything to him?
Nope.
Okay. He says, "If that will be all, I will take my subject now." And he kind of, like, while he's looking at you, he points to Zach's head.
You have two guesses. You've made one. If you are incorrect and unwilling to take your final guess, then the treasure is ours. And you must point us in the direction and
He kind of chuckles. He says, "Silly mortal, you think I do not know? You think I am new to these halls?"
I don't know. The rules state that you must make a guess of what is in the box.
I
If you
need
do
make
not make
no
a guess,
guesses.
then you forfeit.
Box are for keys.
Okay, explain the keys then, because this box does not contain keys.
Those were not the rules.
To my eyes, there are no keys in this box. Therefore, your guess is incorrect. If this box contains keys, then you must explain why these are keys.
Keys fit slots. Slots open gates. That is all you will know.
Again, I see no keys.
Roll me
Therefore,
a
Yes.
Either roll me a persuasion check, yeah. All right.
It's okay.
He says, fine, I will tell you, but I must have my prize before you leave. We have a deal?
If your answer satisfies the requirements of the rules,
Ooh.
then your prize is won.
He's gonna kind of hover sort of down, like, sort of between you and Zaknafine, and he says, when you find Treasure Cage, you will find that weapons fit holes.
I will glance over at Zach, and I'll just give him a look, and I'll give her a nod.
Is that my cue to beat the shit out of this guy, or is that my, or is that my cue to just hang out?
Oh my god, we have to work on hand signals. The bear's gonna go. I'm gonna draw a sword in the dirt.
As I look at Zach and give him a slight nod, I'm going to kind of tap my hip where my daggers are.
Oh. Okay, well then hold up.
Give me 1 second.
Wait, where did I... Oh, here it is. Got my little...
Balin, you and I are gonna work on bear signals.
Yeah, we gotta figure this bear shit out.
Gonna train you.
So what are you guys doing? Because he's...
Well...
So whatever you're planning, make it quick.
How close am I to this creature?
Couple feet away.
He should be between us, so...
Am I within striking distance of a battle axe?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay, and...
Did you put the imp where he is?
Yeah, imp should be... You said he's
Yeah,
between us,
give me 1 second, so...
And an imp typically has 10 plus 3, 4... Holy shit. Okay, so they can have some decent health.
That is not something you would... You would really know offhand.
Don't look that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't. This guy...
I wouldn't know that.
like
Why wouldn't I know
Satan.
that?
I mean, you know of them. You know, like, their exact statistics is... You know,
Okay.
a little bit.
Well, anyways. Well, since this is fucking life or death for me, I'm just gonna... I can use smite. I
Okay.
believe... I don't remember how many times per day I can use smite. Shit, I didn't write it down. I wrote it.
Divine Smite?
Yes, divine smite.
Divine Smite. By the way, you should have there should be an I up in your top left. That's your compendium. You could just type in anything you want to look up into there, and it'll just come right up.
Where is that? Well,
At the top of the
Top,
chat.
top right. I mean, top right. It's just an I in a circle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Divine Smite. Starting at 2nd level, when you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal radiant damage to the target.
Okay, so first I have to actually hit before I
No, you have to say that you're using your Divine Smite before you make the attack.
Okay. So I'm going to do that, and
Okay.
so first I'm just gonna use my battle axe to attack.
Okay.
Right.
So he's all right. So he's not looking at you. He's actually he's slightly in front of you. You want to swing with your battle axe. Why don't you go ahead and, because you're gonna catch him by surprise, why don't you tell us what your Divine Smite looks like?
What?
Yeah, what does it look like when you use your Divine Smite ability to add radiant damage to your attack?
Stronus! Stronus!
My axe glows a burning white, and has kind of a glowing aura around it of light, as it senses it's about to dig into unholy flesh. and I'm just gonna take a swing, but this time I'm gonna make sure to try and not hit Balin or anybody around me.
They're
Okay.
a decent distance away from you.
I'm just kidding.
All right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go for this.
All right. Go ahead and roll me that attack.
Do you want? Yeah. So I'll just roll for the battle axe, right?
Yeah.
Right here. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
A 22 will absolutely hit.
So then I just click on the word battle axe, right?
Yep.
In the chat. That'll do the damage.
Now, you're using the duelist feat, right? So that will make this +7 instead of +5.
Hold on 1 second. No, that's not up there. Alright, so you are swinging with your Divine Smite. A 22 is definitely enough to hit. And when you hit, that means you're going to be expending one of your spell slots. So you have one left after this. To deal additional damage. The damage is 2d8 for first level spell slots. Alright. So you hit your battle axe. Let me just turn this down a little bit. Is going to kind of flare with a glowing energy behind this creature, and you swing it down in an arcing attack, and as it does, it just catches the imp right in the back, like right between the wings, as he's turning to face you. And as your axe clips him, he catches him with the blade, and he comes smashing into the ground for a total of 19 damage, which
That's what I'm
is
fucking talking about.
pretty solid. Let me find my stats here. All right. And only because as he comes smashing into the ground, because you were right next to him, Lycon, because you were sort of watching, did you want to do any sort of reaction to this?
I would like to follow up as well.
Okay.
Spit.
Well, I'm going to have the box in my left hand, and with my right hand, I'm going to fling one of my daggers at him.
Okay. You're actually going to get your attack right as he hits the ground, so because he's being smashed in the air, I'm gonna give you disadvantage on the attack because he's gonna be a hard target to hit, but you can still attack with a thrown dagger.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ugh.
Your dagger just kind of caught off guard, like you're clutching this box, trying not to drop it. As you whip the dagger, just slides right past Zaknafine and kind of clinks against the stone tile. But
can I use my cunning action as well?
To do what?
Disengage. And
yeah, sure.
Get out of the way.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
All right, as I'm flinging the dagger, I'm also going to disengage and dash toward the exit. With box in hand, I can do, let's see, disengage is my full movement, right?
Yeah.
I've got, what is it, 25, so 5, 10, 15, 20. And am I allowed to go through these guys since they're in my party, or
yeah.
Are they blocking my path? Okay.
No, you can walk past them.
Get my full movement out the door to make sure Mr. Demon, in case he gets up, doesn't get my box. My precious.
Alright, so as, I guess with that, because this imp is now smashed to the ground, we're gonna go in some initiative order. So why don't we get everyone to throw me some initiative as this imp is crushed.
Don't forget to select your character before you roll initiative.
Yep, select your token, get all that stuff underway, and
ooh.
I couldn't have rolled a 20 on the dagger. Jeez.
Oh, okay.
Balin, don't view it. You just view it as like cleanup crew. You get to bring it home. I have a question. Since Kismet technically is in the room, are you gonna play for her?
Yeah, I guess. I'll hold her for now, but I'm not. We'll just put her in at initiative. And I don't know her initiative offhand. Actually, let me find it. Character sheet, initiative. There we go.
It's plus 30, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, so she goes in at 15. Okay, so everyone is in. Lycon, can you do me a favor and just roll me 1d10.
Okay. D10.
All right. Okay. Let's do this. Sort descending. All right. So as you disengage yourself out the door, it looks like you are up first. What do you want to do? Do you want to continue running?
I am going to. I guess everybody's in my way. I couldn't use that. I'm gonna move part of my movement to behind my bear friend here, and then I'm gonna hold my actual action if that is possible.
Until what? What's the trigger?
Yeah, okay, so you can't hold your action after you've already moved. You can ready
Okay.
your standard action, though. Until a specific
After I
trigger.
Okay.
Because if you
I'm
hold
gonna
your whole
ready-
action, it basically replaces you in the turn order.
Got you. Okay. Then I want to. So when I ready an action, I have to ready a specific action for a specific trigger?
When you ready an action, you can say, I want to use my my standard. I want to ready for, like, if something comes in range, I attack it. And then if that happens, your attack will go off. So you have to tell me what you want to ready it for.
Okay. I am going to, as I'm moving, I've placed the box back in my pouch, so it is no longer in my hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to ready my bow in the event the imp comes into sight.
Okay.
Because right now I've got like 10 people in front of me.
Yeah. So you just sort of rush out the door, and as you drop the box into your pack, you kind of pull your bow out, get behind the bear, and just hold an arrow kind of at the door.
Yes.
All right, you got it. The imp, by the way, is crushed to the ground underneath Zachnaphine's axe blade, but he's actually fairly heavily damaged. That was a solid hit to him. He's kind of, you see, one arm is kind of crushed and limp. One wing is torn asunder. And he says, "Wait, no, do not kill me. I know secrets you need."
Fuck him. I still got a contract with this guy.
You didn't
Technically, I
sign.
have the contract for you as a proxy. I'm like a lawyer.
All right, that's really all he's gonna do, because he's actually pretty badly injured. He can't really do a whole lot. Actually, yeah, okay. He's got that. Let me see. Let me just check something. Okay, yeah. He will just kind of glance up at you. He says, "If you kill me, you never get the password." And then he's gonna you see him kind of like whip his good hand around himself in like a flurry of smoke, and as the smoke kind of envelops him, your axe kind of hits the stone that was under him, and you see in his place is a large spider, like probably about yay big, that is just scurrying away, dragging a few of its kind of limbs that look like they're not really functioning properly. But he is like scurrying away across the floor. He's only going to get a couple feet, but yeah. Alright, Xantor, you were still in bear form.
Your mic is off.
No.
Oh, there it is.
So I was gonna let him live, but as they say, never trust an imp. So I'm gonna.
Is that what they say?
Apparently.
Can I do a loud growl, which will indicate to Balin and Zakdapine to move to the side? Otherwise, they're gonna get charged. I'm gonna barrel.
You cannot give direct instructions if you're not speaking common. No. If they don't speak common, no, there's no way you can just yell and have them interpret you.
I mean, if you see a bear growl, like, are you not gonna?
I won't be mad.
No, you can growl in any way you'd like. I'm just saying you can't convey specific instructions to them via a growl.
All right.
If you're catching this imp, I won't be mad.
I'm going to let out a loud, bellowing growl, and hope my compatriots move out of the way, because then I want to bite and claw the crap out of this guy.
Having heard battle roars before, Balin gets this one. This one he understands. And so, okay.
That was my roar. And then
Nice.
I'm gonna do my bear bite first. And then my bear claw. Do I roll? I roll?
Yeah, you can kind of roll an attack against. You know what? Though here's the thing, you can't actually. You are a large creature. You can't actually occupy the same space as two people.
Well, that's why I roared so they would step to the side.
Then you could do that and then like wait for them to move out of the way, but you won't be able to do it until they do.
Is that me holding my action?
Yeah, you can hold your action until they move out of the way.
All right.
Let's do that. All right, cool. We'll keep you there. Kismet is looking extremely confused. He says, "So, do I kill it or what are we doing?"
That's exactly what she would normally ask.
That's why she's asking it.
Yes.
No.
I mean, it's... Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely.
She says, all right. And then she's going to cast her Ray of Frost at it. And blast this thing, who 23 absolutely gonna hit. He gets, let me see something. Alright. The spider, you see kind of a blast of ice come out of her finger and sort of streak to the ground, kind of shattering in like a flurry of frost and ice crystals along the floor, hitting the spider pretty solidly. It is gonna take some of that damage, and it's like knocked over on its side as it continues kind of dragging itself away. It's looking pretty injured, but it also looked like that the magical attack and possibly possibly Josh's or Zaknafine's melee hit were not as they weren't as damaging as they should have been against this creature. So she's there. That's Kismet's turn. Balin, are you gonna move out of the way? Oh, by the way, hold on. I totally forgot because he wasn't on the initiative order. What did you get for initiative, Josh?
Oh. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
That's fine.
I do. Let me just roll it right now. Sorry.
17. All right, you can go. Well, you can go before. What do you want to do on your turn? Because you would have gone before Kismet.
So am I close enough to be able to like swing and try and hit this and then move out of the way, or
yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm close enough to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, either way, I have a javelin too. But for now, I'll just use my I'll use my battle axe if I'm close enough. So I'll swing while this thing is scuttling away. And
all right.
I mean, it's just
Somebody's got a drink over there.
Yeah, it's a nat 20, and so here's what I'll do. I will finish this beer while you tell me, while you roll some damage on that, and then.
I'm gonna kind of since it's scuttling on the ground, I'm gonna kind of golf swing this from kind of an underhand arc, and just trying to swing this thing and smack it up into the air.
All right, roll some damage.
12 damage.
12 minus da. How do you want to do this?
Nice.
That's that's. I mean, I kind of already described what I was gonna do, but
No, I mean,
how does
the thing die to your attack?
my whole thing is that as it's running away, I'm gonna try and swing it up into the air and just see if I can splatter it all over the wall.
So you catch this spider just with the kind of this sort of hockey swing or golf swing of your axe, and as it kind of you clip under it, you watch it soar right into the brickwork, kind of smash into it, and as soon as it does, there's a puff of smoke, and the body of this imp that returns to its imp form is gonna hit the wall and just tumble, like flop down to the brickwork, and it's just like sitting there in a crumpled pile, one kind of broken wing still twitching a little bit before
contract is no more, fiend. That's what I say. That's my one-liner.
All right.
That's my character. He has to do it.
And with that, like, you guys
Is it completely dead or unconscious?
Oh no, it's destroyed.
You can
like-
still go eat it if you want to.
Gain its power.
Will I gain its power if I eat it?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
So you're not gonna stop me?
No, I'm not gonna stop you from eating the imp.
I'm gonna roll up and I'm gonna like sniff it. Can I look and see if it has anything on its small little imp body? Like any?
Yeah, no, it is completely absent of clothing and gear.
I'm gonna put it in my mouth and kind of roll it around, see how it tastes.
Its body is damage resistant, which means it is extremely hard for you to pierce with your teeth. Its muscle fiber and its skin is like dense and hard to puncture.
So it's like a play toy now.
I
So
mean,
it's like
it could
exactly
be,
what you
yeah.
give.
Bring it with you.
I'm gonna
We're
carry
gonna
it.
find it in our shoe later.
I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna like kind of dangle it around and like kind of chew on it as it doesn't break anything. I'm
Hey,
like,
Zach, you don't have like animate dead, do you?
No, I have smite and lay on hands. That's pretty. Oh, and divine sense. That's like it's my skill set's pretty simple here. I break doors and like smack things really hard. That's kind of what I do.
I'm gonna take this time. Well, I'm gonna having the imp in my mouth. I'm gonna take this time to kind of roam around the room and see if there's any like shiny or anything that stands out. Can I do that?
You're looking for anything shiny in this room?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing here, I mean, it really depends what your specific definition of stands out would be. There's a lot of kind of torture stuff here. The only thing that stands out in the sense that it's like completely ornamental and probably not a torture device would be the bronze plaque that's sitting on the wall above the rack next to you.
All right. I'm gonna take the imp in my mouth and bring it to the bronze plaque.
Okay, it's up on the wall.
What does it say?
The plaque is bronze. It has the two crossed spears on it, and what looks like a kind of a dusty design of not the bronze bull, the bronze plaque. It's on the wall right over here. Right, like right here.
Here.
Okay.
Yeah. And it has the words what I said it before.
Confession cleanses the soul.
Yeah, confession cleanses the soul, pain clarifies the mind.
I'm holding the imp in my mouth. I'm gonna kind of raise it at the plaque, like as if kind of like I told you so. Pain, now your mind is clear, kind of thing. And then I'm gonna go back and kind of trot out of the room with it in my mouth.
Okay.
He's coming with us, by the way. Just if you need that for your D&D notes, I'm keeping the imp in my mouth.
Nice.
until beast shape wears off, and then you'll have to carry him.
Yeah, then I'll put him in my bag. I'll make a
That
little.
will make Kismet carry him. She's not.
Yeah.
She has to wear it like a backpack.
I'm gonna
Just
turn
stuff
around.
things down the throat.
I'm gonna turn around and continue down the path that I was originally heading before we were so misdirected. But I still have the imp body in my mouth.
Zaknafine, can you open that bowl?
Can I open what?
The bowl that you're
The
standing
bowl?
in front of.
Can I open it? Okay. Yeah, I'll check and see if I can open this thing.
There should be an opening on it if it's what I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do I? Check.
If you'd like to investigate it, you can roll me a perception check.
Let's do it. Really not the best perception in the crew.
I'll look over at Balin and I'll be like, "What's going on?"
That was a rough.
These are torture devices. That bowl is probably very similar to the Iron Maiden that we found in the other room. I'm wondering if there's anything in there.
Agreed. And as having put all my weapons away, I will go over to assist Zach in his investigation.
So, do I gather anything for my investigation here?
The bowl. I mean, you can see some sort of what might be cracks or seams in its construction, but you don't really. You're not really sure of its exact purpose. You don't find any like hinges or anything.
May I also investigate said?
Yeah. What are you
Object.
looking for that he wasn't?
Looking for if there is a way to open, or if there's an opening in it somewhere, a door, if there's a latch, hinges, switches, buttons, triggers.
Give me 1 second. I'm looking for something. Roll me an investigation check. It's the bullet itself. You kind of tap on it a little bit. It's clearly hollow, and judging from the kind of dark char marks that extend up its very, very wide stomach, you assume that there must have been fire kind of lit under this at some point. There does appear to be sort of like a hole at the back, but it's not a very large one. Probably not big enough for a person to fit in without a lot of force. You can't really find any other seams or hinges or doors or anything.
Okay, I'll look back at Balin and I'll be like, I don't see a way to open it.
I'll charge up and I'll just, with like full bear strength, just whack at it. Can I?
Are you trying to like knock it over?
Yeah, or just claw at it, like just.
I mean, it's made of solid brass. You're probably not gonna do much with your claws to carve into it.
Well, I mean, from the hole, if the hole's its weak structure point, I mean.
You're welcome to roll a strength check to attempt to topple it over. I don't think you're going to be bending like bronze with your claws.
Can I do an investigation or a perception check to see if I see any other way that this thing is opened or sealed?
I don't know if you can think of anything that you're looking for that the others weren't.
Yeah, I'm looking for where it was originally sealed. So the way if this is what I think it is, you put someone inside of it, you seal it back, and then you cook them.
I mean, they've kind of checked over most of the surfaces. You're welcome to do it, but you're welcome to roll me a perception check. But it's gonna be, I don't know. It's unlikely
Very
to
difficult.
yeah, it's going to be considerably more difficult to add on to what they've already found.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Turn into a spider. Go inside of it.
I don't want to waste my thing yet.
You're kind of padding over the surface of this, and it's hard to detect, but it appears that there may be seams where the metal was sort of joined back together. Possibly. I mean, I don't want to say like welded, but it was possibly put back, like open, and then like metal was put back together after. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's been permanently joined.
Can I, using my strength, push apart the two parts at the seam?
You can try. It's going to be extremely difficult, but you can attempt it.
All right. So how do I do this? The bear
What if
strength
we, like-
is 19. How would I? What do I roll?
It's just
In a case like this, a 20.
D20 plus the bear's strength bonus.
So D20 plus strength bear bonus.
Yeah.
D20 plus 4. Wait, I have to roll a 20, right?
That would be my guess. Given the way that we're going about this now, this has to get. I know I'm not the DM, but I would say that this has to get progressively difficult because we're trying the same thing over and over and over again. The only way to balance the rules out is that we have to do it. It has to become more difficult, and that ain't gonna do it. Sorry, that's your call. Sorry.
As you kind of take your pause and you pull, this metal is very thick. It might be weak at that seam, but it doesn't look like this thing was meant to be just pried apart. You may be able to. You're kind of like straining, and you can feel it kind of possibly giving just a little bit, but not enough to create a crack or anything. But you're pretty sure as you hear this thing, like you don't hear anything kind of rattling around inside. This thing appears to be hollow, like empty.
Okay, I'm gonna look at them, and I'm gonna kind of growl. Arr. Looks like Josh disconnected, by the way.
Yeah, possibly.
No, he covered his camera.
And I'm gonna pick up my imp, and I'm gonna start walking towards the door to leave.
Okay.
I was gonna look around the rest of the room, see if there was any.
I'll let you give it a quick once over. Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you
just general checking?
It's a lot of the place is covered in dust. It doesn't look like anyone's been through here in a while. If you have anything specific you're looking for, I'm happy to weigh in. But I mean, you don't find anything shiny, anything that kind of catches your attention, anything like that.
As Balin's searching the room, I'm gonna shout at him. I'm gonna be like, keyholes.
Walls are solid brick.
No, I don't believe so. I think this place is a torture chamber. So, let's move on.
All right.
Shall we?
All right. So, you guys, I will let you kind of collectively move down to the juncture where you kind of you open the door. I have no idea where the bear went. I'm trying to find him. Oh, he's all the way over there. Okay, don't do that, Adam, please.
I was trying to move it, and I couldn't get off the screen.
Yeah, just don't do that.
I was trying to move it down the hallway to where we were walking, and the screen started freaking out on me. I can't.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No, mostly just don't throw your token so I have to go looking for it because it becomes hard to keep track of everyone.
I
okay.
need to throw it. Sorry.
No, it's fine. All right, so you guys come back to sort of the juncture where you turned to the north before. There is the door that you open, the metal door going to the south, and you know that the hallway also kind of from where you entered, there was another branch that way.
I want to go where I was originally going before we get.
I believe you were going through the door to the south.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can lead the group towards that.
To the bear.
I'm gonna go to the door and I'm gonna kind of, and then kind of push my way through.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep looking back to make sure they're following me.
Alright, so you are making your way down the hallway. You can see more of these iron doors with, you know, the prison doors with their little kind of barred hole in the top section, leading into more of these sort of single bed rooms, all of which seem to be empty. However, as you get, Xantors, you kind of make your way south, you can see that the ceiling appears to have been collapsed, and it looks like a large chunk of masonry and brick and dirt has fallen down and kind of given way to either a dug out or possibly naturally opened small cavern passageway. You can also see the hallway continues down the other direction.
Okay.
Let me just.
I'm gonna go to where it splits.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna draw a question mark with arrows in the dirt. And I'm gonna look at the group. I'm gonna sit and look at the group.
How long have you been in that form?
I don't know. How long was combat? I shifted into this form when those stupid things wrapped around me.
Yeah, he's still got a little while.
Okay, just checking.
That couldn't have been long.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you want to do? There's you can see there's more hallway going down this way, and there's a cavern going this way.
I'll just look at them and be like, I handled the imp. You guys pick this one.
I'll shift out of my form because obviously you guys really don't do. Oh wait, no, I still have time. I don't need to shift out right yet.
Right.
You don't have to, no.
You've got an hour. I mean, total.
Right.
I mean, the question mark in the air is just pretty self-explanatory.
So I guess I'll just walk in front of this bear real quick.
Okay.
So down this hallway that's the bigger hallway, I see some doors.
More similar prison-style doors.
Down the other hallway, it looks like it just leads to more hallways. So why don't we? Well,
yeah, it looks like it. From what you can tell, it looks like either a naturally or possibly hand-dug cavern has been opened via collapsing rubble and stuff that seems to have opened into another part of the complex.
Oh, this area here.
The front, you can just barely make out on the other end more similar brickwork and stuff, so it looks like more hallways of the same complex. You're not sure where they connect to, though.
All right, let's do some investigating, boys.
Investigate away.
There's doors and doors and doors. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Make sure you keep an eye out for dagger holes.
Oh.
Slots.
Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna take the imp up to each door and kind of push his body up to the doors to see if it opens them.
Some of these doors are already hanging open. The imp's body doesn't do anything. Zach, as you're making your way up the hallway,
Dagger traps.
yeah, that's fine. You're kind of making your way up the hallway. I'm gonna assume you're gonna continue walking slowly.
I'm sauntering.
Okay.
No.
As you kind of pass the third door in this hallway, you kind of turn your head to see another similar sort of prison style door. However, let me find a thing because I should probably get that. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just looking for a thing here. What's a good one?
I don't know. Take like 2 minutes. I'll be back.
All right. I don't. I don't have anything good for this. Oh well, we'll use this because he looks appropriate. Okay. All right. So as you're Zachnafine, as you're passing the doorway, you hear kind of a sound, and it's sort of to your left, and it turns your attention to the doorway with this kind of hole in it, like this sort of barred hole that they all have, which is very quickly filled with a pale face and hands gripping the bars as someone is kind of pressed up against the thing. They say, Oh God's kind faces, Aridin bless you, noble souls. I ain't seen the jailers in ages. I think they forgot about us. We ain't eaten in days, and the water's all gone. My cousins are both sick. I swear we'd give back the boar if we could, but we ate it, starving as we was. We didn't even know it belonged to the Baron. We didn't know we was poaching. I beg you, we're all gonna die in here. Kindness, noble souls, we've suffered awful, and the Baron, he wills it.
Can I hear this?
Yeah, you can hear the sound echoing,
Just
sort of.
All right.
And
well,
very, very quickly after his sort of speech ends, the face is gonna kind of like pull himself away from the door, and you can't see him anymore.
man, that was heavy. Worry not, citizen. I'll get to you in a second.
You've been
so
in
they-
here for a long time. I think you can wait another minute or two.
Yeah.
Patient.
You were the worst paladin ever.
I'm gonna.
I just need to assess my situation. I'm in a freaking scary dungeon where shit's trying to attack me. Okay, so
I'm gonna
mean-
charge. I'm gonna charge Zachnafine and push him out of the way and shake my head. He has to be able to understand this. This is no.
I'm gonna assume that means to not let him out.
I think he has fleas.
Or is something about a night at the Roxbury. Sorry.
You need a drink for that one.
He has
Okay,
nothing to
so so Balin walks up, right? I assume since he moved his little figure here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of leave that to Balin. Balin can decide whether or not to open that door for these people or not.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna kind of signal towards the door, not necessarily commanding him to open it, but kind of more of like, what do you want to do here?
Well, I'm at least going to step up and look closely enough, like with the torch up, to see who the hell it was that was talking, because I couldn't really see anything from where I was. So there is a person in there.
Are you asking me or are you asking him?
Yes, I'm asking you.
You kind of look into the bars as the flickering your flickering kind of torchlight illuminates the room. You don't see anything in the room.
I'll step back and be like, this place is full of ghosts.
He doesn't see anything in the room? Holy shit.
I saw nothing in there.
Yeah, fucking leave that one locked.
So,
actually, we got a bear and stuff. Like, what are we even afraid of? Do we check this out, or what do you guys want to do?
I mean, as long as it's not, centipedes.
The bear has very clearly said no, leave it alone. In bear.
Oh.
So,
Did we check these other rooms? Let's check these other rooms first. Did we check them out?
Most of the doors on this hallway are hanging open, as far as you can see.
I
Did
feel
we-
like we're not gonna find the cause of what made this tower fall by looking in prison doors. Just saying.
Hey, we found boxes with knives and stuff by investigating. So I feel like if I played
I've got
enough-
treasure daggers.
You guys are the worst people to play RPGs with. I'm just saying.
But, dude, I'm the guy playing Skyrim that's literally looking in every like crate and every.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I probably am the worst.
So
You
while
know,
we're on
I completely agree with you, Josh. I play exactly the same way.
we can do it faster if I just like am like, okay, I'm in this room. I'm looking around. What do I see in here? Master DM.
You push your. I mean, again, if the door is open, it's pretty safe to assume you can just walk into the. You don't have to like spend any time opening it. That you're looking at another room filled with prison beds.
And do I look under the beds? Do I see anything under the beds? Anything other than just some beds in here?
Nope.
All right, well, screw this room. Okay, this room doesn't look like it's hanging open. So this room that I'm standing in front of now, I try the door. Does it open?
Door's locked.
Door's locked. Oh,
as many of them in this place are. It's yeah. I mean, it's another one of those. It's got the little window in it. It's another sort of prison room door.
If they need to use me for opening doors, since I had the key, just move me over there. I got to.
You said all the doors have kind of a hole that we can look through, right?
Yep.
So if I look through the hole in this door, what can I see anything?
Yeah. You kind of see another sort of another prison bed in the corner. It looks like there's another one on the other side, but the chains and stuff seem to have mostly collapsed out of the wall. Like tatters of a blanket kind of resting on top of it. Doesn't seem to be anything else in here.
It seems like that room's useless. All right, let's go to the room with the ghost in it. So I'm gonna call out into the room and just ask if anybody's there.
Okay. So as you kind of shout into the you shout through the hole in the window, you don't hear any response.
Yeah, man, fuck this door. All right, so I'm gonna come to this door. Looks closed. I'm gonna try the handle on this one.
It's hanging open. There's no way that looks closed.
Oh, sorry. It's kind of off screen for me. I can't really see it very well. Sorry. Wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. What's going on in this room here?
Another room filled with wooden kind of slat beds. One of them has been has tumbled off the wall and is just hanging in sort of a pile on the floor. The room is filled with kind of choking dust.
I'm exciting stuff in this.
I'm gonna push the imp body up against the glass of the room.
There's no glass.
The hole with. I'm gonna push the imp body up against the hole or whatever he was talking to before.
Okay.
This room. Anything happen?
Nothing happens when you put the dead body of an imp up to the door.
Okay. I'm gonna continue following behind them.
Looks like Josh is having fun with that, I guess.
I'll be checking this room that I'm at.
I don't know where you are.
He's right in front of us. He's in the room right in front of us.
Oh, I thought that was someone else. Another sort of empty prison room.
Yeah, figured.
Well, it depends on how adventurous you guys are feeling, whether you want to open that door or not. I feel like that's be a mistake.
We're four, like buff dudes and the chicks. I mean, we could probably handle a ghost. What do you think? I mean, 4 buff guys and a bear, 3 buff guys and a bear. I mean,
I don't know. It depends on how good of a paladin you are. You're the one who's gonna have to handle a ghost. I don't think we can do shit to a ghost.
Dude, I've been doing tons of damage, man. So
they don't have silver weapons. They're not really equipped for fighting, those kind of creatures.
I don't know. I might have magical key daggers. Who knows?
I've killed doors. I've killed goblins, and I've killed imps so far.
All things you're equipped for handling. Maybe doors. I mean,
exactly.
Doors we could handle. But bravery doesn't mean running into a fire unless someone needs to be rescued.
What are you thinking, Balin? What do you think about this door?
Oh, about that door.
This door here. What do you think?
Well, there are two options. We open it or we don't.
Okay. Wow. Oh, NFL announcer.
If you want to be thorough, open the door. The worst that's going to happen is something in there is going to give us a problem, and the likelihood is that there is not. I did not see anything but I heard what you heard. That's why I went over to check. That's why I said this place is probably full of ghosts. If it is a ghost who is trapped here,
I actually saw a face, so it wasn't just that I heard. I saw a white, pale face.
Right,
Well, I mean, I'm not really scared.
That would be a ghost.
possible. But it could be a spirit that you would set free from this place. Perhaps they have information. If they are indeed in there, who knows?
Maybe he knows where we can use these keys.
All right, just open the door then. Or, I mean,
Okay. I mean, those kind of suck in my opinion, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try and open this door. I'm assuming it's gonna be locked since you can't get out.
Yeah,
Lycon
the
has
door,
keys.
The door is locked.
All right, Lycon, whip out those daggers. Let's try and open this shit up.
No, he has actual keys.
Oh, he has keys. Yeah, let's
Got
use.
the keys.
Not
I
the
thought we were
deck.
talking about that imp. The imp telling us about those keys. All right.
I've got keys, and then I've got keys. All right, we'll get the hell out the way.
Oh, I'm out the way. You're not a large creature. You can fit past me.
But I can't occupy the same space. Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the door, and is there a keyhole that fits one of the keys I have on this ring?
Yeah, I mean, you try a couple, and eventually you kind of find one, not the one that you've been using for the other rooms here, but you find another that fits the keyhole. As you turn, there's sort of a heavy, actually two heavy bolts that kind of echo through the hollow iron door, and yeah.
And then I step to the side, and I go, "After you, sir."
You're muted.
Oh,
He's eating.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Um,
you. Oh,
I met you.
How often can I use divine sense?
Let me check.
I feel like if we're thinking this is a ghost, divine sense can detect undead, fiends, and celestials. So
Jesus.
we already fought a
You can
fiend.
use this feature a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier.
What in the hell is my charisma modifier? Okay, hold up.
What's your charisma?
I'm looking. Is it 14? Yeah, it's 14.
So then you can use it 3 times.
Oh, you guys want me to try it out?
Well, 2
Just
more
see if I
times now.
detect anything? Yeah, that's what I figured.
So what are you
Any
doing?
input
Just
from-
make it quick.
All right, I guess
Go
I'll
inside
use
first.
my divine sense. See if I detect anything.
You need to go in the room first before you do it.
Well, you are? Not necessarily, I don't think.
You play you. Go. Do your thing.
I mean, the door's open. So look, door's unlocked.
I didn't open the door.
I'm going to swing the door open, and I'm
Okay.
going to try and use my divine sense, even though I don't think I need to even open the door. But
All right. You kind of you open the door and you're standing in the doorway. As you kind of close your eyes and you open them as they fill with this sort of bright light emanating from them. You glance around the room. The whole room itself just shimmers a little bit, but it's not really anything it's not really something you're completely familiar with. It doesn't sort of burn like in the same way that it would if you were staring at like a fiend or an undead creature. It just kind of shimmers with this dark haze.
okay.
1 second. However, I need you to roll me both. First a perception check. And then a will save.
Oh boy.
That's why I let you fuckers go inside the rooms after I unlock them.
Willpower
don't
save
worry,
would
I'll-
be what?
I'm strong. You said will and then what? Or sorry, will, right?
Willpower save, yeah.
Which is what in 5th edition?
Oh, should just be a
Yeah, I'm like looking for will. up
wisdom
here,
save.
like-
Sorry, wisdom save.
There you go.
That's
Oh,
what
my
I'm looking for.
wisdom's. Can we do something other than wisdom?
All right, so you step
Oh,
into the room,
boy.
and as your head is kind of turning around, sort of getting used to this sort of hazy fog that fills your vision, you get a glimpse of just a very, very quick glimpse of what looks like that same pale face as it sort of races across the room towards you. Sort of like letting out a shriek, like a tortured sort of pained shriek that sounds as if it is in the midst of dying, and as it's racing towards you, you kind of hear it saying, "So hungry," as it races directly at you. It's gonna as it vanishes. I need him and all three of you to actually roll me saves also.
Oh gosh.
All three of us is in all four of us, or
Well, he
us
already
three saves?
rolled one, so all three of you.
Okay. Will saves or
Wisdom saves, yeah.
wisdom? Ooh, I'm dead or possessed.
Does it help if I don't fear this creature at all?
Nah. All right.
Okay.
So, Xantor, you're the only one who just barely kind of manages. Your mind is just barely steeled against this. All the rest of you, as soon as this
God.
spirit hits him and is going to kind of dissipate in just a flash of kind of cold energy. All creatures within 5 feet of the door, you guys all sort of have a sudden conviction inside you, as your eye, like your head is filled with racing thoughts, as if you're all sort of locked in a prison cell and are on the verge of starving to death. Like, that feeling just sort of hits you like a freight train. It disorients you. Your sense of where you are and your surroundings and all that is just gone for a second, as all you can think about is sort of the dark walls around you and the fact that you haven't eaten in forever. All of you who are going to who feel this, you're also going to take some damage.
Yeah, let's go explore random things.
You're also going to you're all going to take 5 non-lethal damage from just the hunger pangs that tear through you, as the dread will slowly fade, but the feeling, it just kind of lingers in your core.
So we have control of ourselves. I mean, control of our
the
faculties.
feeling dissipates, but
Okay.
you're sort of left with that kind of reverberation as you, in your, by the way, this is gone, as in your mind, you just sort of experience what the people in this prison must have experienced.
That's good to know then, because if Balin were stuck with the idea that he had been locked in this room and were unbelievably hungry, there is a giant wall of bear meat standing right next to him. And if
I was about to
if
say,
he no
does he
longer
look like a
realized,
Does he look like a nice cut steak being put over a grill?
What makes you think that I won't defend myself and maul the shit out of all of you?
nothing in the
nothing.
world makes me think that. That's why I was asking if we were in control of our faculties, because if we weren't, Balin would attack a bear and eat it if he were that hungry.
I'm pretty sure we all would. I don't know. That would be an interesting fight to see. Just saying.
Yeah.
Can we pretend it happened?
Yeah.
So what are you all doing? Is this sort of dread and fear and kind of, this shaking feeling subsides and the coldness washes over you?
I'm gonna walk past them and head towards the other junction.
Bear in mind, Zento, you're perfectly aware this happened because you felt it too. You just didn't succumb to the fear.
Yeah, I know. That's why I look at them. I can't chastise in bear form, so I have to just
Yes,
Like-
you can.
Saunter by, shaking his head.
Each one of them
Exactly.
nudge him with my nose, like my dog would do when he's mad at me. Just
Little grumbling, suck it up, and
and then I'm gonna walk past, and I'm gonna look at the gap in the wall, and I'm gonna look at them to see if they're coming, and I'm gonna start squeezing my way into the gap in the wall.
so.
Well,
Balin,
Lycon's going to be pulling
Go ahead.
himself off the floor because he kind of slumped against the wall and kind of
that's pretty much what Balin did too.
catching his breath.
Yeah, just kind of holding on to the hilt of his axe, which is one of the only things in the world he can trust in, and just trying to focus his thoughts and get beyond the panic attack. Because I've had them, I know what it's like, and it's just.
Can I use keen senses to see if I smell anything down this open corridor?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what would you want me to roll for that?
You don't really need to roll. You're looking for scent trails. It doesn't really feel like you don't really pick up any immediate scent trails. This particular cavern doesn't. You expect if someone dug this out, their scent would be all over this. But because it is surprisingly free of trails and stuff like that, you assume this may be a natural cavern, and it doesn't look like anyone. It doesn't smell like anyone's been through here in a while.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the group and see if they're following me. I'm gonna kind of loudly growl so they see that I'm squeezing my way into this cavern.
Xantor, there is another hallway down here.
Can I magically have a set I can just ride the bear?
I'm not your pet.
I don't know. Do you have a spell that does that?
I'll start walking back towards the rest of the group since they want to continue down.
If I wave my wand, does it do that? No.
So
you're-
what? So what do
you're
you? What's the
wanted.
what's the plan? Are you guys going down the natural cavern or the hallway?
They want to continue down the hallway.
I kind
Alright,
of go down.
I will. I'll expedite this a little bit. As you come down the hallway, you see it's pretty blank. There's no doors or anything in it. The far end, it looks like the ceiling has collapsed, rubble and rock and stuff down it. Not enough to block off the cavern, but enough to block part of it. But as it kind of it ends, you see a very similar. Here, hold on. Let me just fix this. You see a very similar sort of tight, like small kind of hallway leading to another door. It looks pretty much exactly like the one that you came down originally, like all the way back around the loop. So like you've made a big U around here, which means it most likely leads back to the entrance.
As I'm heading back, walking along next to Xantor, I'll kind of thwack his ear just a little bit. Say, I do not leave corners unchecked.
And I'll tilt my head at the side and kind of snarl so he sees my teeth. And I'll kind of I'll nod that I acknowledge, but he sees my teeth, meaning don't whack me in the ears. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. It'd make a lovely necklace, I'm sure.
Bears eat anything, just so you know, especially when threatened.
So you guys want to make your way through this kind of collapsed out cavern?
Yeah.
All right. I'll just grab you and sort of move your way to the other side as the bear finishes squeezing his way through. You come out in another hallway. This one's similarly kind of brick and stone construction, much like the rest of this area, but the entire, like, behind you is just collapsed rubble and rock and stuff. It doesn't look like there's any way for you to sort of pull some of these larger piles of dirt and stone out of the way, but you're left looking at a hallway that continues basically straight ahead, almost uninterrupted for quite a while.
I'll wait for the others to show up because just Balin came through.
I'll just move them and
Yeah, I'm following. Sorry, I'm having to do work crap.
That's fine. All right.
I mean, not work crap. It's wonderful work stuff because I love my job.
All right. We'll grab will grab Kismet and do that. I just want to, as you guys are coming around the table, oh my god, thank you so much, Merlin252 for the host. Thank you for hanging out with us, man. Yeah, welcome, man. I will say that, because we're at this sort of the top of the hour as they make their way down this cavern, if you guys want to join in and be a part of the game, you can of course do that. Just hit that donation link. There are ways that you can become a part of the story, and you can help these guys not be as, I don't know, what's the word? Clueless, maybe?
No, I had a word, but I decided I didn't want to use it.
But
hesitant. We'll go with hesitant.
Hesitant. All right. Well,
I don't think we're hesitant to do anything. We just have a clear view on adventuring and priorities. You're D&Ding with a project manager. My thing is about getting to the objective. Everything else is just a delay in the schedule.
Fortunately.
All right. Well, we also, if you're hanging out, just go ahead and hit that retweet link. Share the channel with all your friends. Let them know you're hanging out with us as we play. We get right into hour number 2 of hour number 3 of Jade Regent. So you guys are coming down the hallway.
Number 2.
What's up? Oh yeah, I didn't hear what you said, and then I'm like, yes, no, I got it. All right. So you guys are coming down the hallway. Yeah.
Yes.
We're all old.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna race down the hallway. Balin and I trying to lead the charge here.
Okay. You see the glint at the end of the hallway of another iron door that you are coming up to. Let me just make sure I am on the right thing.
Does it have dagger keyholes?
So a small barred window pierces the iron door at the end of this long hallway, and as you are sort of looking at it, the window itself seems to reveal a plain 10-foot square room with a windowless iron door at the opposite wall beyond. The door itself does not have dagger keyholes.
Damn.
I'm gonna look at Lycon and have him try one of his keys.
Did anybody try opening it yet? Is it actually locked?
Come on now. Of course we tried that. That's the first thing Balin said.
The door is, in fact, locked.
Okay.
Recall saying that at all.
I'm gonna do my usual maneuver. I'm going to see if one of my keys fits.
Yeah, one of the keys that you find on the key ring, this one actually one that you haven't used before, seems to fit this lock.
Is there anything special about this key?
No,
that stands out.
It's a little bit. It's the pins on it are a little bit more elaborate than the ones to the jail cells, but it doesn't appear to be like ornate or anything.
Okay, I'm going to click.
All right, the
remove
bolt.
my
Yeah,
key, and
the bolt is in the bolt is in pretty terrible shape, but it does manage to unlock.
Okay, I unlock the door and then I move away. Let somebody else.
I'm gonna step forward into the. Wait, no. Last time this worked against me.
Did you say you were? Did you say you were opening the door, or you're just stepping away?
I unlocked it and then stepped away.
Got it.
Sorry, were you going to continue delaying the schedule, or were you going to open the door there, Mr. Bear?
No, you're in front of me. I'm looking at the screen, so I'm gonna just nudge you with my cold nose to push you through the door.
I'm gonna kick the bear in the ass with my boot and be like, go.
Oh my god, I'm not a meat shield for you guys. I'm gonna.
You are at the moment.
I'm gonna push open the door and go into the room.
Okay. As you push open the door, let me just do this here. You make your way in. You are taking up almost this entire room,
Yep.
which makes it hard for anyone else to squeeze in here. But as soon as you sort of enter, you see sort of the door at the other end. You see a line kind of crack across it, not like horizontally across the iron door, and it opens into what appears to be a mouth, a large mouth that says, "Please close the door before proceeding with the passphrase." Oh, and then it closes.
I'm gonna back away, like, in a hurry, just and back right back out the room. Because
Okay.
talking door, I don't do caterpillars and I don't do talking doors, so that's my list of non-adventuring things.
A short list. You should
Okay.
add to it.
So you are backing up. Is anyone else doing anything while he's doing that?
I imagine he barreled over both of us.
Yeah.
Wait, so like the door opened and there was a voice from inside, or there was
No,
literally like
the door was a mouth and it talked.
As Xantor sort of pushes back to you, kind of growling, you guys all are sort of shoved out of the way, and as you kind of look into the room after him, because you all heard this noise, you don't see a mouth on the door. However, after about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, all of a sudden, the floor just drops out under this room.
That was a good rule to have, sir.
Holy shit! Oh, I'm glad that my gut reactions are still good.
And then you hear kind of a chuk 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 as some kind of hidden mechanism in the walls are in the process of sort of raising the floor again.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna reach into my pack and pull out a piece of salmon jerky, pull the imp out of Xantor's mouth, and give him the piece of jerky. And be like, "Very good, very good. You did good."
Wait, why do you just wait, hold on. Why do you just have salmon jerky?
Salmon jerky is awesome.
Salmon jerky is a great way to survive.
I didn't know if that was a is that on your character sheet? Is that just a
It says
thing?
rations, but salmon jerky keeps for a long time when it's properly cured.
And it's delicious.
Protein,
And it's
antioxidants, omega-3.
Omega-3 fatty acids.
It's good for brain food. It's good brain food. I'm gonna have
So what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna have the imp in my mouth and I'm gonna kind of wave it at the guys, like, to remind them that the imp said there was a password. Maybe we can do something with the imp. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of roll its dead body across the ground, like as if I'm
Does
resuscitating.
lay on hands revive things?
No, that's not how it works.
If there was a password, I'd die with this guy.
So you're waiting.
yes.
Are you gonna wait till the floor kind of comes back together?
Yeah.
I think we
Okay.
screwed the pooch on this whole passphrase thing. I mean,
Probably. Can I pull out my box and search the box to see if there's any like inscriptions under the fabric or inside a hidden compartment to see if maybe there's a password? Or
Roll me,
the
a,
daggers
roll me a
themselves?
perception check.
And while he is doing that, can I look and get a closer look at the mechanism and
Yeah.
see if is
Also-
it like a spike trap?
You didn't see. Well, I guess you could if you wanted to watch if you wanted to look down the pit. Why is my camera
While it's
autofocusing?
resetting.
Yeah. It's dark down there, but the pit seems to be fairly deep. It's well, no, I'm sorry. The pit's only about 15 feet deep. Unlit. It's not like a bottomless pit. You don't see any spikes down there. So let me. This is here. Gone. Okay, cool. So yeah, you don't see the floor eventually closes back up.
Was there any sort of lip at the base of the opposite door?
There were tiny edges that because of the way the floor mechanism works, that you may be able to grab onto if your reflexes were good. Okay, Lycon, as you're I will send this to you. You find you find a small inscription. It's hard to see because the inside of the thing is a little bit tarnished, a little bit dirty, but as you kind of scrape some of the dust away, you find this.
I'm gonna take the imp and I'm gonna kind of toss it into the room.
All right. You throw the body of the imp across the small 10-foot room, and it just kind of sits there.
I'm not going to get that for you.
All right. As I finished my investigation, I am going to call Balin and Zach over, and I'm gonna be like, "I found this." Can
And
either
not
of
the
you
bear? The fuck am I just like...
Can you speak?
Your
I
butt
can
is right there.
I can understand. It's not like I'm dumb.
But you couldn't answer a question with words.
Fair, whatever.
And I'm gonna show them the inscription. I'm gonna say, or I'm gonna ask them, I'm gonna show them where I found the inscription. I'm gonna be like, can either of you make this out? I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm
You're
nearsighted.
gonna have to send it to them because I only sent it to you.
Okay. I mean, would they get a check as well to see if they could read it better?
No, that's about as good as you can. You've done your best to clean it off.
Okay.
So the imp guy said something about the Baron, right? Didn't he? When we were talking, he said something about a Baron. So I assume that this isn't necessarily. This is not like this is a different like language. It's just kind of. We can't just. There's just parts of it that we
No,
can't
the
make
message
out,
is
right?
the message is common. It seems like as he shows it to you, there are parts of the words and
Yeah.
stuff that are tarnished over or covered with ingrained dirt that you just can't get out of the little kind of engraving.
I mean, it could say "Good Baron Sarvo kills it."
Wields
But-
it.
I mean, if it didn't look like there were any spikes or anything in this pit, I mean, we could trial and error with this password.
You said with a relatively good deck saving throw, someone could grab that ledge if the floor dropped out from under him.
So what
I
do you,
was thinking that they could put their feet on the edge of it and not fall at all, is what I was thinking of. But if it's too narrow, then your feet wouldn't hold very well, and you had to grab it as
you don't know, but anyway, what do you? What's
But you said we saw into the pit, and they didn't.
Yeah.
It was just a normal looking pit, right? You didn't say it was like an endless pit. Like you said.
yeah, there
Yeah.
didn't appear to be any spikes or anything at the bottom, but you only got a glimpse of it as it was closing.
Did we see how deep it looked?
You say 15 feet.
About 15 feet,
Oh.
give or take.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Balin and I'm gonna say, "Wills it." Good Baron Sarvo wills it. Okay.
Do we get an idea of how long the actual inscription is?
The
Like
actual
how
what?
many words are missing? The inscription.
You see the whole inscription. It's just parts of it are not
Yeah, but-
not huge chunks.
But how
of it.
long is it? I mean, that's
There
six
doesn't
words.
seem to be any missing whole words.
I thought that sounded good. Good Baron Sarvo wills it. Sounds about right.
I'll look at Balin. I can try it.
All right, let's do it. You can do it, Lycon. We believe in you. You got rolling skills.
You said there was a window in this closest door to us?
There's a window in the door that you're standing outside of. There's no window in the door opposite.
Right. But we could feed a rope through that window.
Possibly.
Okay. So we feed a rope through the window, tie it to you, and that way...
How about we
the floor-
tie it to me, and as I close the door, I hand you the other end.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing, just a different order.
Yeah. Okay,
And
let's do
we
it.
keep you from falling.
I'll also try a deck save in case that doesn't help. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna. Balin, do you have a rope?
I do.
All right. I will take the rope. I will tie it around my waist. I'm gonna keep the daggers, box of daggers. I'm gonna keep my personal daggers and my battle axe. I'm handing my bow and my other pack to Balin, just in case. And also, the pack with the wand in it. Or I'm handing him the wand now, just in case. And I'm gonna tie one end of the rope around me, and then I'm going to go through the door, and then I'm going to call them over so they can grab the other end of the rope as I push it through the window, and I'm going to say, tie it to the bear. He's got the best chance of not letting my ass fall into some shit.
So rope tied to you, and then it's tied to Xantor.
Yep, through the door, crack.
Right. So as you step through the door, the door kind of splits again, and a mouth opens. It says, "Please please speak the passphrase."
Good Baron Sarvo wields it.
By the way, did you close the door first?
Yes, I
that's
closed the
when we
door
had
and then
the
set
rope.
the rope back through the gate.
There is. Alright, so you speak the passphrase. You speak, "Good Baron Sarvo wills it." The mouth closes, and there's just silence for a few seconds. And as the silence kind of ticks by, you remember about how many seconds it took before the floor opened up last time. All the
I start walking in the opposite direction, so the rope is
all right.
tight.
All of a sudden you hear a chunk as the door on the far end of the room creaks open.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna tap on the door. I'm gonna open the other door and untie the rope around myself,
All right.
And the floor opens and
and kills us all.
We all die.
Oh, god damn it! And am I able to open the door without the other door closing, or is?
Yeah, you can open the door again.
All right, I'm gonna open the door and I'm gonna hold my hand out. And I'm gonna take a step towards the door, and I'm gonna peer in. Can I investigate inside, like look around the corner and stuff like that before
Yeah.
I actually step inside?
From what you can see on the other side, a single iron lever protrudes from the wall nearby the door that you're actually peeking your head through, into this otherwise sort of empty, this large empty chamber's western wall. To the east, you can see another 10-foot wide hallway that kind of turns its way north, and standing directly in the center in front of that hallway appears to be a sort of four-armed metal construct, which I will show you now, is just sort of standing in front of this corridor, blocking access.
All right.
You can just make out glinting in your torchlight, however. By the way, Xantor, are you going in ahead of him? Because he was trying
What
to
are
peek
people
you.
doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
That guy looks badass.
I knocked on the door and said I told you guys to wait so I could check it out
Yeah.
before you guys.
Oh.
come in.
I thought you were saying for us to go forward.
No, I said knock knock wait. Put my
Alright,
hand
so
out, said, wait.
you can, Lycon, in your in the torchlight flickering through the door, you can just make out something metal that appears to be floating just behind the robot's head in midair.
But I don't know what is floating.
It's hard to tell from here. You can attempt to get a better look, but
Nope. First, I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna relay this information through the door and tell them that there's a metal construct being of some sort standing in the middle of the room. There's a floating object behind it that is too hard to make out, and I see a hallway. Was it one hallway or two hallways?
just one hallway.
Do we know it's a being, or could it just be a statue?
It could be a statue. It looks like a mechanical metal creature.
It doesn't appear to be doing anything. You haven't seen it move.
Yeah, it's just standing there, but it has the resemblance of something that looks like it may kill us if we go inside the room.
Well, I'm not really afraid of any mechanical beings. So I mean,
Yet.
Whoever wants to go first, Mike.
there's always,
Yeah.
All right.
who's going first?
Make a
I'm
decision.
in.
All right, Balin,
Already
you
done.
Alright,
Balin,
Balin,
you
stepping up.
you stride your way into the room, and as
I'm
you take a
fine.
few steps, a few steps into the room, the kind of construct that appears to be standing in the center at the opposite side, just you hear kind of whirring of servos and gears and stuff as it kind of
Nice.
lifts itself up and it says, "Please present crest for passage." And its arms just kind of widen.
Wait, what did it say?
What
Please
did it say?
present crest for passage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna look at my box. Is there a crest on that fucking box?
There's not.
How many keys is this? I just want to. Oh my god. All right, well,
Yeah.
we're gonna beat the crap out of this thing, or are we gonna go look for a crest?
While I'm in that side room, I'm gonna pick the imp back up that we left on the ground that I threw into the room.
Okay. You pick the imp up. A couple seconds later, Balin, you're kind of turning back to this thing. It seems to have waited for a couple seconds, and now its arms kind of you hear like this sound of kind of clicking into place and sort of whirring as these sort of bladed appendages kind of come up on its arms, and it sort of drops down, forearms out, into what looks like a sort of defensive posture in front of this hallway.
We do not have long.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So what do you guys want to
Balin,
do?
you're in the room, dude. What do you want to do, man?
Do you know if we have a crest?
Not that I know of. Does anybody have a crest?
I'm gonna push my way into the room, pushing Balin aside, and throw the imp at the construct.
You toss the body of the imp across the floor as it tumbles to the feet of this construct, and the robot does not react.
It becomes offended.
Which of us is fastest?
Lycon.
I'm Dexy and well, I've got disengage. And
I think I'm the
dash.
fastest.
I can dash. I can move 50 feet.
I think I'm the fastest when in human form, in elf form.
I believe
Yeah, that's easy.
that placard with the crossed spears with the rooster on it, that may be
Son
the
of a
crest. But that's all the way back in the torture chamber.
I can get it. Hold on, let me double check if I can get it fast
We don't
enough.
really have to stay in this room. We can back out real. I don't think this thing's gonna chase us.
That's true. We know the password, so if we need to open the door again.
Yeah, I mean,
Is-
I don't think
Let's
it's.
go then. Everybody back out. Let's go.
Back up.
Let's bounce.
Don't have to tell my ass twice.
What about the rest of you? So we'll move back.
Can
That
we...
Large dog is following us.
It's our mascot.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
so the plan
wait
is to
here.
go back and get the crest from the wall.
Okay.
Can we say we do that and then return, or
I'm-
do we need to?
Balin's gonna wait here.
Okay. So give me a quick oversight. What do you? What's the plan?
Xanter's gonna trot along, or run back to the room, take the crest, the placard off the wall in the imp's room, and then
Okay.
run back to the party.
All right. It is kind of heavy. You do have to kind of wrench it off the wall a little bit, but while you're still in bear form, you are kind of strong enough to do it. However, As you kind of rip this off the wall and you kind of get about halfway back, your bear form starts to dissipate.
I'm gonna
Nice.
use my second wild form then.
Okay, to stay as a bear.
Yeah.
All right. You kind of feel your form sort of forcibly changing back, but you, with sort of a surge of druidic energy, you expend your last bit of sort of reserved magic to keep yourself in the bear form. I don't know why my camera keeps doing this. And as you come kind of rushing down, you guys see him kind of coming bounding down the hallway with this bronze placard in his jaws, as he comes to a halt right in front of you.
All right.
At some
Good
point, Balin, you heard the loud kind of creaking and bolting sound as the door behind you had closed again.
Figured that would happen. All right, so he's back with the crest or with the placard.
He is, yeah.
Okay, so am I strong enough to hold the thing?
Yeah, it's let me just check because should say something about it. Yeah. It's about 2.5 feet in diameter, probably weighing about 50 pounds.
No problem. All right, then I will take the placard from him.
All right.
Step into the. Well, and I'm like, do we want to repeat the issue with the door, with the rope and everything, or do we want to trust that we know how to deal with this now?
I could go back in with the rope just to be safe. I'm cautious.
I guess nothing's really stopping us. So yeah. So we're
I'm gonna
repeat
go
the
back in.
process.
Same deal. Rope around me through the hole, around the bear.
Perfect.
I close the door and wait for the mouth to speak to me.
All right. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look for something because I don't know where.
It just decides not to talk to us this time.
Jab in its eye hole.
All right. So you make your way through. The mouth opens, and you are able to present the passphrase again. I'm not going to make you go through all that, but as the door kind of creaks open, you can sort of step into the chamber beyond where the clockwork robot is still standing.
I will not step into the chamber. I will open the door and let Balin go in first, and I will step in behind him.
And then I follow behind them.
All right, and thank you so much, Techno Mage, for following. Welcome to the Madness, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Balin, as you're stepping in, holding the plaque, you kind of the robot is gonna kind of whir to life again. It seems to have kind of, when you left, it seems to have returned to its idle state. It says, "Please present the crest for passage." And it's gonna kind of raise all of its arms. You could just make out in the flickering torchlight above its head that glinting metal shape appears to be a floating key that is just floating in the air just behind it.
Okay. And I will hold up the placard for the crest.
As you hold the iron plaque bearing the rooster and spear's crest, the robot is going to kind of wait a second, and then all of a sudden its arms sort of drop and lock together and are kind of fold against it as it steps to the side out of the way of this hallway.
I'm gonna run up and pick up the imp body.
Okay.
Feeling that was coming too.
Hey, we gotta take our friend with us. We got a deal.
If we had a friend, yes.
Just a random side note on that. Ashley messaged me and was very pleased that you did that because she actually wanted to keep the imp as a pet.
Well, I mean, probably less a pet and more a stuffed animal, but okay.
And no, she doesn't. She really doesn't want the imp as a pet.
I don't know.
Unless she
you know.
likes pain. I mean, if she likes pain.
She's an
Ashley.
interesting. Yeah. No comment.
This key. Did it move to the side?
Yes,
with
it is still
the
floating.
construct?
It's moving with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it dwarf height or is it normal person height?
It is the robot is just shorter than probably an average person, so it's floating probably about arms, like probably a couple feet above its head. Like a person could reach it without kind of straining themselves.
I'm going to point to one of the tall people and be like, hey, should we get that?
So since I'm standing next to this transformer thing, I will slowly start to inch my hand towards the key to see if this robot makes any it seems upset about it.
All right.
You suddenly develop 6 new holes in your gut. No.
You reach for this sort of large.
Very slowly, very cautiously, like I'm on edge, like it's gonna attack me. So
You reach for this large mechanical key. It doesn't actually look like a door key that you're familiar with. It actually has sort of it has a strange kind of set of, rather than teeth just going in one direction, the teeth actually go in 3 directions.
nice.
But it looks like a fairly complex key. As you reach for it and grasp it, you can kind of get your hands around it, and you pull a little bit. It seems to kind of be like somebody's keeping it stuck in the air. It has a little bit of wiggle, but it's kind of feels like it's being held there.
And it doesn't seem like the construct really cares that I'm going
Construct
for this key.
doesn't react.
I'm gonna push Lycon. Is his box of daggers like
They're in his
in
pack.
his hand? I'm
They're
gonna
in my hand. I'm carrying them.
The daggers,
I'm gonna-
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna push the box of daggers in his hand, and I'm gonna kind of nod my head towards the key in the air.
Okay, I'll walk toward Zach and I'll kind of hold the box of daggers toward the key. And see if it does anything.
I think what he's trying to indicate is that you should use the daggers to replace the key. Indiana
Okay.
Jones style.
Yeah, Indiana Jones style.
All right, I will set the box on the ground. I will open it up and I will remove both daggers.
Okay.
And then I
I
will
think you only need one.
I'm gonna go toward the key and see if poking at it with the dagger does anything.
Nope, the key is still suspended in midair.
If we try talking directly to this construct, does it pay us any heed?
The
Like
construct
inside.
seems to be shut down.
Are there slots in the construct that looks like the daggers would fit in?
Roll me a perception check.
All right.
You kind of look around it. There's not slots that look like the daggers would fit in. However, there is a slot in the back that looks like this key would fit in.
The key floating above him.
Mhm.
That key.
Once you realize that, you kind of, judging by the handle on the key, it looks like it's entirely possible this key is the process by which this clockwork robot stays like wound, like its gears stay wound up.
You know, realistically, I think that might have just been a way to maybe kick its ass if we wouldn't have had the crest. So we might not even need really to worry about it. If it looks like the key goes to the construct, I don't necessarily think it's something we need to worry about. Maybe we should just keep going.
All right, I'll after my observation, I will relay that information to the crew that the key looks like it fits in the construct, but the daggers do not do anything. I will replace them in the box, and I will take the box. And then, having gathered all of my possessions that I handed to them before I went into the death room, I will put that back in my pouch.
The death room.
The wall over here near where I'm standing here looks The stones.
Just ignore the brickwork. They're part of the map that I never actually finished because this map was huge and took me forever.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
No problem.
So, you guys you're leaving the construct alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
As you kind of turn down the hallway, you see another heavy iron door bars this chamber. This one lacking windows, much like the others did. But it has it's got a fairly ornate lock plate on it.
God damn it.
Just one quick question.
Yes.
Balin, do you still have the crest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm assuming he still has it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to take it too much further, but I have it here. Yeah.
All right. I will move up to the door. Does the lock look like any of my keys will fit it?
You have one key that you have yet to use here, and this lock appears to fit it.
All right. I'm going to do my standard maneuver.
All right. You unlock the door you hear multiple kind of thunks as seems like this lock plate is a lot more ornate than the ones that you have passed before.
All right. I unlock it and then I back the fuck up.
All right.
I push open the door and I walk through.
Okay. Let me
I follow behind the large dog.
I'm a bear, god damn it.
All right. So, as you kind of step into this room, let me actually get what you can see in particular. You kind of you can just make out that this room is particularly large, probably larger than almost any of the others that you've been through in here. You can see the glint of metal as it appears the entire, or a large section of the southern wall nearby you is enclosed within a cage of thick iron bars that extend from floor to ceiling. And just barely, you can just make out beyond those bars sit what look like multiple sort of iron chests.
I'm gonna, holding the imp in my mouth, I'm gonna kind of wave in excitement and start walking
as
towards
entrails start flying around.
All right.
Walk towards the.
Yeah, you guys see Xantor kind of rush into the room. Xantor, you can see, you can make out there are about 7 of these dark iron chests sitting behind this wall of iron bars.
I'm gonna push the imp's body up against the bars.
Okay. Now there's no electrical shock. The imps are just sort of crushed there. It's just, I mean, you're just kind of pressing it up against these bars.
Yeah.
Let me see what the rest of you can make out. Lycon, no, not you. Never mind. Then, anyway, keep going.
He's doomed to eternity as a prop for me. Can I do a perception? Do I see any like lock or anything near the bars, or any kind of trigger, or lever, or mechanism?
There's no like the bars they're just individual bars that go from floor to ceiling. There's no like door. There's no plate on them. There's nothing connecting them to each other.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's anything else in the room that's like out of place or stands out?
Roll me a perception check. All right. I'm just gonna move your token a little bit because as you look around, you can see over here. It looks like on the north side of the room, much like the cavern that you came through, the wall has sort of collapsed, revealing a rough-hewn tunnel beyond. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything that kind of catches your attention about these bars in particular. As you are, I'm assuming, enamored with them.
Move further in. What are these little
Black squares.
Roll me a perception check.
God.
As you kind of make your way up, you notice there's a small area of the floor where the stone tiles seem to have been lifted like out because the floor is made of these small kind of squared stone tiles, and it looks like some of them have been lifted out. And as you're just kind of getting up, you're just kind of leaning down and investigating one. It looks like there is like floor, like below, like there's tile, and there's the floor area, and then inside the floor, in this sort of little gap, appears to be sort of like a diamond-shaped hole, very kind of thin, but wide.
Does this diamond-shaped hole happen to match the shape of the daggers that I'm carrying?
Do you want to take one out and try it?
I will take one out and see if the shape is correct. I am not putting it in the hole as yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell without actually pushing it in, but you think that it probably would fit.
I'm gonna take the imp and try to see if I can get its head.
All right, while the bear is trying to make the imp fit through the bars, I'm gonna call Balin and Zach over.
No, through the diamond-shaped holes.
Oh.
I'm going to take a guess that it doesn't fit.
And I'm gonna, dagger, and then I'm gonna hold one in my left hand, then I'm gonna offer the other one up to one of these two.
Got to turn the locks at the same time.
I'm gonna say, if there's one, there's probably another.
All right, I'll grab it. I'll take the bait. All right, so I'll grab this knife.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look around for a similar hole.
There is one on the opposite side of the cage.
All right.
And we can see each other from these, right?
Yeah, you can see each other through the bars.
All right. I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say on the count of 3.
We'll open the mimic storage cage.
God, that would suck. 7 of these
Not
sons of
afraid of
Yes.
no mimic.
Yeah, but that's exactly what an imp would do to lead us to a treasure, and
but he didn't know we were gonna betray him. But he might have guessed.
I'm not afraid
3,
of no mimic. Let's
Alright,
do this.
so what do you guys
2.
do?
I'm gonna give
We're
him
gonna
a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and we're gonna insert the daggers at the same time and
Turn.
see what happens.
Okay.
Turn, push.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so you both push the daggers down into the holes. You feel them kind of those kind of slots in the daggers. The strange pattern seems to sort of slide in and sort of lock itself in place. Once they both hit the ground, nothing happens. You said you both
Do
want to
they-
kind of twist them?
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna say, on 3, we'll twist them like a key.
Yeah.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
As you turn, you feel the actual, the section of floor they're in must be some sort of mechanical contraption put down here, because the whole section begins to turn with the daggers as you twist them, and as you turn them both 90 degrees, so they're both kind of facing, they're both facing you. You hear them kind of click into place. And all of a sudden, a strange kind of metal grinding sound starts, and it kind of rattles the chamber around you, dust falling from the ceiling as you hear the bars begin grinding down into the floor. Just... It takes probably about 10-15 seconds before the bars continue all the way down, and once they hit the ground and they sort of disappear into their own little holes. Xantor, you are standing sort of face to face with 7 kind of a little bit glinting but black iron chests.
okay, I'm gonna the one that's furthest in the back. I'm gonna kind of are they locked?
You don't know. You haven't checked.
The one that's in the back, I'm gonna go straight to the one that's furthest in the back. I'm gonna open it.
All right, you gotta kind of push your way over them to the chest to get to the one in the back.
As we all laugh at the bear trying to climb over the chest.
Can you do it?
You should get him a unicycle.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. And a ball and a seal with horns.
All right,
Yeah.
you good? So you gotta kind of climb over the chest to get to the one in the back.
Okay.
Okay, so you do. As you are kind of grabbing at the chest in the back with your paw, all of a sudden you hear a loud sound filling the chamber as Balin, you're the only one who's not completely occupied. You see a kind of a long, spindly humanoid form, just kind of one arm reaching around this sort of, out of this dark cavern, gripping onto the brick structure, and another spindly arm, long kind of clawed hands, as it kind of pulls itself out of the darkness, dripping, slavering fangs as this humanoid creature comes into view, looking
Nice.
a little bit like that,
Cool.
as it is pulling itself out towards you.
That's
And
cool.
I think with that, we're going to roll some initiative.
This is why you check corners.
Hey,
Not
what were you
that's
doing?
cool. Not afraid of no
Oh,
ghoul.
sorry, I forgot to. You want me to roll again, or just you gotta put it over there? I forgot to. Click
No, you can take the first one.
okay. Forgot to click my dude before I did it.
Hold on. I gotta turn
Oh.
off the ghoul.
Can I re-roll?
No.
I'm calling it. This is where Balin dies.
I like how when
Ba-
he's highlighted, he looks like a ghost bear.
He does, doesn't he?
I was just about to ask that. Did he like turn into?
Did he
some
turn
weird,
into a
like,
ghost? No, not that I know of.
slang?
Alright, so who is, she needs a turn. Who isn't on the turn order? Xantor. Lycon isn't. Okay. So let's turn this music up a little bit. Do. Where's my
I didn't hear the question. What was the question?
No, don't worry
I
about it.
said, "Where's my?"
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I gotta get some stats here. And I gotta roll for her. Kismith rolls an initiative of 19. And Zach, what'd you get?
25. Minus
Good
20.
enough.
Wait for it to turn on.
I got a 5, dude.
I gotcha. And then 1d20 plus for these guys.
Guys.
Alright. So, looks like we have got first on the turn order is going to be Kismith, who is going to... She's kind of like looking around at all this stuff going on, and at Xantor, who is kind of like pawing over these treasure chests, and now this creature, she says, she's going to say, wow, I don't know what that was. That was really loud. She's going to say,
My chair, sorry.
we're killing that one, right?
Yes.
Alright, she is going
No
to...
shit.
She's gonna Ray of Frost it, because that is a thing that she can do. 12 is... I believe it is immune... No, it's not. Okay. So she fires a, like, with her sort of staff in hand, she's gonna fire a ray of frost that's just gonna strike this thing as it's pulling itself out of the hole. It is going to take a little bit of damage. So let me do that and minus some damage from there. But it seems undetermined. However, frost is kind of building up over its skin as it appears to be slowed just a little bit. And that is all she's gonna do. Lycon, your dagger is still in the floor. What do you want to do?
Shit.
Your special daggers.
Yes. My first instinct would be to do something, but I don't think it would work in everybody's turn order. Actually, Adam, you're not on the board, are you? Oh, that's him. Oh, okay. It didn't have a name. I thought it was like some weird, like, skin creature.
You can put his name in.
Shit sticks.
Sorry. So what's going on?
All right, from where the keyhole is, if I were to move 1 square to the left, would I be inside the bars when I took the key out, and would I be able to reach the keyhole from the bars, through the bars?
The bars are down. They're gone.
The bars are down, so they're not.
They are for the moment.
They're not impeding anything. If, for example, you were, so you can stand freely. You're not there, Xantor. You're here. If you were to stand in this particular space, you could keep your hand on the dagger in the floor, and you could occupy this space. If the bars were to actually come up, you'd have to decide which side you were on.
If I stayed inside the bars, would I be able to reach the keyhole from inside the bars?
I'd say yes. Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Okay, then I am going to move where you put me. I am going to pull the dagger out
Out of the hole?
of the hole.
Okay.
And then does pulling the dagger out count as my action?
No, I'll say that's a bonus action.
Okay. Does anything happen when I pull the dagger out?
Yes, in fact.
You couldn't wait?
I had no way to communicate. I'm sorry.
You have many words. Words are how we communicate.
Says the
Word-
bear.
The language. Yeah, the bear has managed
It
to...
was a reaction, okay?
Yeah.
So the bars, once the dagger is out, they're gonna go from floor to ceiling in probably about 10 seconds.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and
Really?
then as I
Sorry.
move, or as my actual
As you pull the dagger out, the bars start kind of grinding out of the floor and coming up.
All right, I'm gonna look at Zach, just to give him a quick glance, and I'm gonna whip my bow out and take a shot at the creepy thing coming at us.
Okay, go for it. 14 will just hit. All right, as you fire an arrow at this thing that is bounding towards you, let me just check to see if it is anything I should know. Well, it's not bounding now. It was a second ago. Yeah. Okay. So you wing it just right in the right across the ribs with an arrow. The arrow kind of cuts through its flesh, but does not seem to slow it down all that much. And as you're doing that, the bars continue to sort of grind up and grind up. At this point, by the time your turn is over, Xantora, you might be able to get out of there. But you're gonna have to squeeze your way out. Like they're kind of already above your head.
So are you offering me the opportunity to escape?
When your turn comes around, you can make an effort to, but it's gonna be difficult.
Or get impaled? Thanks.
Possibly,
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Balin, what do you want to do?
Turn back.
That's what you like, huh? Like you. Worst teammate ever.
Hey, I might be saving our lives if this motherfucker can't, cast spells or reach inside here. Since I don't know what the hell it is.
Take the fighter out of the fight.
So yeah, I will move in and with my axe, because that was the last weapon I had readied. I'm going to strike at him with the axe.
All right, go ahead and roll it. An 11
will not do it.
Not gonna do it. No, you come rushing at this thing and bring your axe over, but with one kind of long, spindly limb, it's just gonna slash at your wrist, kind of turning the blow aside. And as you just come face to face with this slavering sort of sharp toothed jaw and sunken gaunt face is like right up against you. You can feel. You can actually smell that kind of rotting meat kind of breath. Alright, anything else, or is that your turn?
I would like to recommend the Toms of Maine. It's a brilliant toothpaste. It's totally organic. It's fantastic. You might want to consider that all over your personage. Just saying. No, that would be it.
Alright. It is going to make 2 claw attacks against you. Actually, no, it's going to make a claw and a bite. So this is the claw attack. A 23.
Holy
That will hit.
Yeah.
It was almost a 1. Almost.
All right.
That will
The thing will kind of rake its claws, like catching you right in the neck and down into the chest with for 7 damage. As it is then going to kind of grip like the edge of your kind of chainmail shirt and sort of yank you forward in an attempt to sink its teeth into you. So this is going to be the bite attack. 2 on the bite. And 11.
Will miss.
All right, you just kind of managed to turn to kind of put the put your arm, your kind of gauntleted hand, right up against his face and sort of push it away as your fingers are actually like inside its mouth as it's kind of trying to snap at your neck and tear it from you. But this thing is all over you. No, you don't have to do that. Oh, actually, you do. I need you to make me a
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
11.
You can kind of feel the stinging from this thing's claws as your flesh kind of begins to burn a little bit, but you manage to sort of summon your resolve, and as you feel your muscles locking up a little bit, you manage to power through it. All right, Xantor, these bars are coming up. What do you want to do?
I want to charge through at the ghoul,
Okay.
like full on. So I have 40 for 30 feet, so I think I can.
You're gonna need a way. You're gonna need a way to like leap the bars as they're coming up. It's gonna be like a real Indiana Jones kind of thing.
He's already on top of the chest, right?
He's on top of the chest, but they don't give him that much height. The bars are quickly coming up, so you need a way to get out of there. And they're like your bear form is pretty big, so you can't just. So here, let me give you an illustration. This is the chest, right? Chest. This is you, bear, right? And the bars
bear.
are coming
Like
up
a
like
hippopotamus.
the bars are coming up. So you need a way to get over the bars.
Yeah, I got a perfect way.
All right, what do you want to do?
Charge, push off of Lycon's head, and get out over the bar.
So you wanna jump out this way.
Yeah, and then charge at the because I can do 40
You
feet.
do realize the bear weight will probably crush and kill me. If not
You
take-
can use Lycon if you want. You're not sure how he will fare, but you can attempt.
Well, he wasn't really concerned when he was gonna put my life at risk trapping us in the bars. Because if everybody dies, Lycon, we die in the cages, and I eat you. Just so
Alright.
you
No,
know.
we don't. As long as Zach doesn't take the dagger out, I can put my dagger back in and we're good. If he jumps in the cage and takes his dagger out, then all three of us.
All right, hold on. Cut the conversation because you got 6 seconds to act.
Right.
What do you want?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
yeah. I'm gonna barrel forward,
Okay.
using Lycon as like a springboard and leap off of his head to get out, and then charge towards the.
I'm gonna need an athletics check for that.
Oh.
Oh God, athletics.
As a bear, this is gonna
Wait,
be good.
so it's got a strength modifier, so I can do my athletics, but how do I do athletics and then the +4 from the strength modifier?
It automatically calculated.
Just a d20 plus 4.
Just click on the word athletics.
Well, yeah, but I don't have like my thing doesn't have the bear modifier.
Oh, right.
Hold on here. You
Change
can,
it real quick and then change it back.
Yeah, you could just roll a normal d20. You don't have to click anything.
Okay.
Let me actually check because I want to see if bears are proficient. Bear. Oh, we're looking at a black bear or a brown bear?
Brown bear.
Brown bear. Okay. Brown bear skills are perception, so not proficient with athletics. So just normal strength bonus.
Which is +4.
D20 plus 4 then.
Come on, nat 20.
You're not supposed to laugh.
you kind of put a large, you're sort of bounding like one foot on a chest, another foot on the chest, and you don't even tell Lycon about this. You just one paw on the back of him, and he actually sort of turns, like, confused look on his face as he sees you, your whole bare bulk kind of pushing over over him. And yes, Griff, I know the bars are halfway closed at this point, which is why he's got to get over them. So but however, Lycon's unfortunate confusion and movement causes your head to hit the bar just as they're coming up, and you end up sort of rolling off of him. You have not made it over the bar, and Lycon, unfortunately, you're gonna need to take you know what? You're just sort of pushed down, like you forced down to the ground. So you're now prone on the ground. I'm not gonna make you take damage, but you are basically under this bear paw. All right, so Xantor, unfortunately, you are not over the bars as you just kind of watch as they just continue to raise. All right, Zach, what do you want to do? Oh, by the way, Lycon, you are at this point, I'm assuming you're stuck in the cage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Lycon took his knife out, right? He already took it out.
Yes, the bars are up. Or
Bars
not
are
fully up, but they're almost all the way up, and his
So
dagger
I
is
don't-
out. There's no
I
way
don't
you can put him
necessarily
back,
need
bring
to
him back
keep
down.
my dagger in or holding it or anything. I can kind of just leave it, right? I would
you-
assume then.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna kind of let go of the dagger here. Let me check something really fast. Okay, so this this ghoul seems to be close enough that I could roll up on it and try and smack it. Yeah.
Hold on one second. Oh shit! Something just happened. I missed it. I don't know what it was. Oh, that was encounter roleplay. I'm dumb. Anyway, sorry. Say that again.
So if I want to run up on this fool and
Yeah.
smack him up a little bit, he's close enough for that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So I'm just gonna roll straight up on him. And I am going to try and smack him with my battle axe.
Okay.
One sec. Here we are. I'm gonna roll.
An 11 is gonna miss, unfortunately.
Ah, dude, come on.
I do set the AC. I don't set your rolls though. But no, an 11 is not gonna hit it as you swing, and this thing is kind of wrestling with Balin. It just manages to duck under your blow. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I purposely went at a distance from Balin so that I wouldn't accidentally be within swinging distance. I just want that to be known.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna hit him.
Yet.
I almost did once against some goblins. I mean, what else? I mean, what else can I really do at this point?
I don't know. Do you
right?
have any bonus actions or anything you want to do?
If I want to use something like lay on hands or something like that, is that going to be like a full?
Let me check right now. Lay on hands as an action.
So that I wouldn't be able to do it this
Lay on
turn,
hands
then.
is a standard action. So yeah, you already use your standard action to attack. You use your movement, so you have a bonus action left.
I don't think I don't think I really have anything as.
That's fine.
You know what?
What's up?
No, wait. Well, I don't know if I can do that. Earlier, do I still have some potions on me? Did I hold on to those? The red liquid glasses. Remember
I thought
from way
you
back?
chugged one of them.
I chugged. I don't know that I chugged one. I think I tasted
Someone
it.
did. I'm gonna have to check the tape. I know someone chugged a potion.
Oh.
I don't. I'll have to check. You found. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Offhand, do you remember how many you found?
I don't remember.
You found
that
those were
I think it was
Sutos.
2.
Those are Sutos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had. Then you found 2 on him. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I guess as my last action, can I just toss one of those over to Balin and hopefully?
Yeah, that's fine. You can toss him one of the last of your potions. That's no big deal.
Great.
Got it.
Balin, don't shake your head at me. There we go. Potion handed.
Potion tossed. I'm a little busy. There's no guarantee I'm gonna catch it.
No,
Yeah.
you can. I mean, he can. As long as you have no
Have you
inability
seen
to
the-
receive
the-
it, you can take it.
Civil War movie. You and me are like Cap and what's his face when they're fighting. They're like perfect.
And that other guy. All right,
Other guy.
Lycon.
We see which side you're on.
Winter Soldier.
Lycon, you
I've had a
are
few
on the
beers.
ground with a bear partially leaning on top of you, inside the pretty much closed cage at this point.
It's like a Saturday night in San Francisco.
Yeah. That was good.
I have to know. Wait, hold on. I have to know, Trendon. Are you the bear or is someone else the bear?
Nice.
Really want an answer to that?
I don't know.
I
decided-
have photographs. I have photographs. I can send them.
He's gonna show photographs, and it's gonna be a literal bear.
And no, I'm not
No.
going to show photographs. I have photographs. I'm not sharing them.
We went through this. When you ask him
went
to
through this.
explain, when he says, "Do you really want me to?" you say no.
That's right.
All right. Anyway, what do you want to
Lycon,
do?
You were under a bear.
Yes.
Enjoy.
I'm going to kind of try to push this ass off of me and be like, "You daft druid, transform and cast something!" And I'm going to shove him out of the way. And I am going to. Am I able to shoot at this thing again, or is Balin pretty much blocking my?
No, you can. Well, I actually have to check because I don't know that about 5th edition.
And I'm prone too. Doesn't that count as my action to get up?
Bonus
movement.
action. Well, yeah, movement to get up, but you don't really have to move anywhere. Hold on.
I believe you can fire through a friendly square. But I mean, if like all 3 of us were over there, then that would be different. But if it's just one of us, I think you can.
Yeah, I'm just checking. Ranged attack. Ba.
Happy New Hour.
Yay! No. Okay. It doesn't say anything about shooting into melee combat, so you can just fire normally.
Okay. After I get up from my bear predicament, I am going to knock another arrow and try to see if I can peg this doofus. If that is acceptable action on my
Yeah,
turn.
you can fire an arrow at him. Go ahead and roll it.
Fuck.
Not.
Duck, guys.
Unfortunately, the bars are making it hard for you to get any kind of
That or the bear
clean
ass in
shot
my
on
face.
him. All right, Balin,
What? Oh.
it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and try to plant my battle axe in his face again, because I really don't want to get bit. 14.
14 will hit. Yeah.
This
Take
will
the
be,
fool out.
since I'm only using one weapon, this will be +7 instead of +5.
Okay.
So 11.
All right. As you you kind of shove this thing off you for a second and bring your axe across, you feel it catch right in this creature's rib cage, and this thing is very thin and spindly, so you can actually feel kind of the bones breaking under the blow as the creature is gonna kind of let out a dry, kind of hissing gasp right in your face.
It's so important to moisturize.
and as you pull your axe out of it, it is kind of doubled over, just barely leaking out this kind of oozing black blood, but it is not completely dead. Anything else you want to do?
That was my action. Since I have the potion, I can take it as a bonus action, correct?
Yeah.
And that's 1d4.
2d4
2d4.
plus 1, I think, or yeah, something like that.
2d4 plus 1. I will
Alright.
recover 6 hit points.
6 hit points for you, which is good because this thing is going to take another swing at you. One with its claws at you. Zach is actually going to use its bite against you. So that is a 14 against Balin, and thank you so much to... I totally missed that. Something came up on my thing, OBS, and I totally missed it. So...
That is an exact hit. That's exactly what it needs. So yes, that hits.
Alright. Oh, yeah, Merlin. Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you so much, Merlin252, for following. Welcome to the madness, my friend. So that is a hit on you. That is going to deal 6 damage. And this is the...
Undoes exactly what I just did.
This is going to be it's going to actually sort of grip its claw into you and shove you backwards as it attempts to lash out at Zaknafine and bite at his neck.
I still have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, you do. And Zaknafine, 18 against you.
I have 18 AC.
All right, that's going to hit then. You are going to take 4 damage from the bite as this thing sinks its long, sharp fangs into you. Balin, you are all right. Zaknafine, I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Okay.
That's a good response. Yeah.
No,
All
that's
right.
a Constitution check. No, wait, that's a check, not a save.
No, it's a. Yeah, that's a. I think it should be the same thing though for him.
Oh no, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, wait.
There's a thing. Yeah, those are saves. Those are saving throws. So you just click the one that says Constitution.
Yeah, sorry about that. This one here.
Yeah. No, you don't actually check it. That's not. You don't check the box.
Oh, this thing.
Because the checkbox gives you proficiency. It's fine. We'll take the first one. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter. So you both feel kind of this venom from this thing's claw and bite sort of seeping into the wounds, but both of you manage to sort of prevent your muscles and joints from locking up and preventing the paralysis from getting to you. As this thing is being hit, it's actually going to sort of slink backwards towards the tunnel.
Do we get an attack of opportunity as that happens?
Checking something here. No, because it's using its movement to disengage.
Okay.
So it's just kind of staggering back, trying to cover itself up in the tunnel. Zentor.
Was it hit at all while I was gone?
Oh yeah,
sorry about that.
Yeah, he's been pretty grievously injured.
Okay.
Zentor, it is your turn. You are stuck. You are stuck behind the cage now, completely.
All right, I'm gonna continue opening the chest that I was opening before, since I can't.
Okay. All right, we will. That's gonna take you a little while, so we'll get to that in just a bit. I'm assuming.
Really?
Well, I'm not gonna roll like make. We'll say you can spend your turn attempting to kind of use your jaws and your claws to sort of pry one of the chests open. If you're not really contributing anything else to combat.
They won't let me. I'd have to shift out. I don't want to. I already used my turn to help them.
All right, that's
and
fine.
they're blocking. If I poison spray, they're both gonna get. If I produce flame, it does nothing. I could heal, I guess, but I'll save it.
All right, Zaknafine, it is your turn.
How far away is this guy? Oh, he's right there,
Just
right?
a couple feet, yeah.
He seems pretty grievously wounded.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's try and finish this job. So I'm gonna roll up on him. Oh my god! Let me pull this up again. And try and smack him again with this battle axe here. Oh my.
A 7 is unfortunately not going to do it.
What am I doing? Am I drunk? What's happening
Yeah,
here?
you already said you had several beers.
I
am
totally
I-
forgot about her
happening
turn. So Kismith is actually going to sort of, like, in her hand, she's going to conjure a sort of a knife made of ice, and then she is going to fling it at this thing. For a 13, which just manages to hit. Oh, wow.
What?
I didn't know it did that. Oh well. Zach Naveen, I need you to make me a dexterity check. Or a dexterity saving throw.
What?
Oh, yeah. The target and each creature within 5 feet.
Yeah.
So, Zach,
But like, shouldn't she have technically gone before me? Right.
she should.
Really?
Yeah. No, after, because she's at the top of the round.
Oh, so she does go after me?
Yeah,
All
this
right,
is after
geez.
you,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Well. Oh my goodness. What am I rolling again? Sorry.
Dexterity saving
save.
throw.
Yay.
A 19 is good enough. So
thank
you see
God.
this sort of
Oh, my
knife.
geez.
You see this knife of ice whip through, bury itself in this thing's chest, and as it kind of turns, you just kind of you're like. You see this kind of thing look down, and you just manage to throw yourself, like, out of the way behind
Very
sort of the brick
gracefully.
wall here, as the ghoul itself, there's a as its chest is burst open by shards of ice, just peppering the wall and the floor and the brickwork around it. Both Balin and Zach, you kind of look as you kind of see in the clearing frost the now sort of open chest of this creature as it's just and topples backwards against the dirt floor. Yeah, wait, hold on. I have a thing. I have a thing for that. I'm trying to find it.
Which we won't be able to hear, but that's fine.
No. That was louder and longer than I expected. Anyway, so sorry for everyone in chat. That was very loud and long. Anyway, yeah, this thing sort of explodes and is like blown back a couple feet as you see sort of ice crystals pepper the dirt and the floor around you.
Check its ass pouch.
Can you, by the way, Xantor, you and Lycon are still in this place,
Chilling.
this cage. Can you do me a favor and roll me a strength check
Yes.
to tear this thing open?
Yes.
To wrestle each other.
It's a cage match. Can I go ahead and stick the dagger back in and...
Yeah,
Let
you
us
can.
out.
You can kind of. You can go to work. You're gonna have to wait till the other one gets on the other side.
Well, he didn't unturn it. It was still turned.
It'll turn back. It turns back on its own.
Okay.
Xantor, you got your teeth around one of these iron chests, but you're having trouble kind of ripping the lid off. You're not really finding any purchase. Balin, did you want to help him by going to help lower the cage to get them out?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Leave them.
No. I'm going to check the rest of this hallway because I don't leave
Hold on,
corners
wait, hold on.
unchecked.
People are telling me the stream is dead.
I
it
think we have a
dead?
paladin who should heal somebody.
Oh no, they're talking about the ghoul. I was like this. They're like, oh, this thing is dead. I'm like, are we talking about the stream? Oh well. So Zach, do you want to help help lower the cage to get them out?
Well, here's the thing about that.
Alright, I'll take that as...
I'm just saying, nobody gets shit unless we get out. Just FYI.
Balin, as you're kind of walking down this small little corridor, you can see there appear to be, at the far end, a pair of sort of low barricades made from timbers and rocks that kind of partially block the passageway here. You can just make out what appears to open into a larger cavern beyond.
How tall are these barricades?
2, maybe 2.5 feet.
Oh, okay. So really only good against Australian invasion rabbits. Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put my little knife into this gate and just wait, just see if Lycon tries to remove himself from here.
All right.
I'm gonna see him walk over, and I'm gonna put mine in and put my hand up.
Can I just keep clawing and gnawing at the chest?
Yeah, if you would like.
I would.
I will let you roll me another strength check with advantage.
Because they're prone.
Well, mostly because he's taking his time.
Can't do much
Okay,
else.
I think me and Zach have turned our daggers at this point.
That's fine. You guys can eventually sort of bring the thing
What the
down.
fuck is up with my rolls?
You get one more because you have advantage. Also, nice. Wow, nice.
I'm done, man. Fuck this game.
No, he's you as the bars come down, you turn, like, you see Xantor sort of turn. He's got two sort of paws on one of these heavy chests. By the way, you can't really sort of lift it off the ground very easily. They're really, really heavy. You just see him like just teething at the edge of this completely ineffectively.
Do any of the
None of the keys.
Are they actually locked?
They're all locked, and I'm assuming you're gonna flip through the keys. You don't have any that fit these locks.
All right. Can I try to lockpick one of them?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check. I believe that's it. Yeah, we don't have disable device anymore.
Nah, they removed that, which is weird.
It is. Yeah, the lock is pretty complex. I will let you but once you investigate it and you kind of check it out, you manage to spend some time tinkering with this thing, and you manage to actually find the pins that are engaging this lock. And as you click them open, and the chest the chest actually, like, is the lid of this iron chest is lifted, you find yourself looking at a veritable mountain of copper pieces. With some mixed in silver and gold, but just a mountain of coins.
I'll just look at everybody and I'll be like, all right.
I'm gonna keep mauling at my lock on my chest.
Alright.
Just gonna keep trying.
Alright, Balin, are you doing anything?
Moving up here to see if there's anything visible beyond the...
We can't even see you anymore, dude.
So, yeah, the you can see in the chamber beyond, this chamber is large. Let me just lower that a little bit. The chamber is large and looming. This cave appears to have been recently scratched from the hard-packed earth, as evidenced by the sort of piles that extend nearly to the ceiling of dirt and stuff that make these hills on either side. Its ceiling is only actually just more than 5 feet high, but it is broad and domed. You can see several tons of debris fill both the western and northern portion of the cave, and you can actually see what looks like fresh debris, not like dug, but actually like rocks and stuff that have tumbled down here, appear to cover the body of a man lying about halfway under the rubble at the north end of the cave. And as you're just kind of making out all this stuff, and you can see the body of the man. You can also see what looks like maybe a limb or two of another kobold buried around the room. And behind you, the group is staring down treasure chests, which they assume to be filled with more and more of these unfamiliar looking but very numerous coins that fill these chests. I think that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
Can I have one more roll, please?
No.
This
Let's just end the campaign there and just go home. Let's just take this cash and let's bounce.
Oh, God, this is awful.
Awful paladin.
No.
What the
No. Just...
How is that possible?
Wait. Can we,
Is that possible?
can we try and make Xantor really mad and let me just do a strength check real quick and see if I can open it?
No. You can't roll any checks because we're not playing anymore. But... but...
Not possible, right?
That's fine. No, I think that's exactly how it's supposed to happen. I think that is perfectly, perfectly in character.
Not in character, though. Like,
Oh
if
man.
you would stop biting on the iron band parts of these things, you could probably get through the wood.
Yeah.
Clearly you're anemic and your body keeps trying to chew on the iron.
All right, let's put some good, awesome fantasy music on, because as we kind of come to the end, I want to big thank you to everyone for hanging out with us. Thank you again to my players for exploring the dungeon and continuing to have their adventures here with us. And thank all of you for joining us in chat, everyone who's been hanging out, all of our new friends who followed us and all that stuff. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it. We will be here there will be some announcements that we're going to be doing, and we're going to get to, and we're going to go raid someone in just a bit. But before we do that, I want to thank all my players by having them tell us a little bit about themselves and, where what they get up to on the internet, where you guys can be found. Let's get on with those hooks and plugs. So we'll start with this. We'll start on this end again, because I know he likes being the center of attention, and he doesn't like to admit it, but really he does. Trendane.
I'm an actor. Why would I want to be the center of attention?
If you're a voice actor, that's different.
Oh, don't you dare tell me that's not real acting. I will climb through this frame and I will choke you to death.
I'm kidding.
I wouldn't actually climb through this frame because that's impossible. I'm Trent Sparks, a freelance professional voice actor, and what do I get up to on the internet? Well, it usually involves bears and wolves, because I'm a furry, so what the hell. Anyway, I will be playing Balin Koth. No, wait, that's what we say at the beginning. I have been playing Balin Koth thus far, and I will probably do so again next Sunday, presuming that Ashley is back from the betch, which we don't know, I guess, if she will be or not. And where can you find me? You can follow me at Trendane on Twitter, and I'm trend.sparks on Facebook, and Trendane on YouTube. And if you go to the Bulkheads Star Citizen Machinima on YouTube, you'll see a lot of my voice work there in the 3 episodes that we have. And Druid.
That's me, right?
That would be you.
All right.
We got a new druid, so yeah.
After these rolls, I don't really know what I would left.
Well, that's why I put you in the cage. It was time for a timeout.
I fail my wisdom checks. I fail my strength checks when I'm in bear form. Oh, God. But I do have the pet imp, which will come handy later. I know it. So we'll just keep using it. I'm Adam, one half of a Twitch stream. We're actually doing a reboot. Come Tuesday, we finally got our shit together. I know we've been talking about it every week. Yeah, I know, right? Right? Yeah, no, we actually have a schedule. Tuesday is our big Totally Tweaked 2.0 show. We talk about gaming, pop culture, comics, and then we also kind of recommend drinks as we play. So check us out, Totally Tweaked, which is in the channel. Tuesday will be our big show. I finally learned how to use the internet and turn the stream off when it's done and turn it on in a timely fashion. I also write on the side with Ashley. That's the Ashley growl.
That's the Ashley growl.
So to be fair, which she's not here, so I can defend. The only reason that I don't send her stuff as frequently is because it takes her forever to get my rewrites back. So I have been working on stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta shout that out in chat. Hold on. Go ahead.
You haven't done that?
What?
The whole time I was talking.
No, I didn't do my shout macro, which I did now.
Yeah.
So go follow them. The link is in chat.
Yeah, please follow us. This week's gonna be epic because we're gonna.
Hope so.
Is that on Tuesday? Because I hope you're not streaming in my time slot.
Well, you want me to get out of the way?
We're gonna have problems if.
Oh, we gonna have problems? Oh, we gonna.
Yo.
We gonna have problems? Wait, am I facing the right way?
No, you were the first time. Yeah. Now just
We
yeah.
haven't actually discussed the time yet. We were supposed to do that before the show, but we both got hung up with stuff. So.
I'm kidding. I joke, but no, seriously, I do have. I Tuesday at 8 p.m. That's my time slot. So don't even fucking.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to step on anybody's toes, especially people we actually like.
Way. This was this way.
Besides, we need your followers and viewers to come hang out with us when they're done with yours, because that's how it works, right?
Let me know. I'll set you guys up with auto hosting and all that shit if I haven't already.
Oh.
Okay.
No, I think we were actually shooting for about either the 9 or 10 time frame, just a little bit later, because we're going to do like a late night happy hour for the first show. And we're going to play some video games, hang out. Like Adam said, we're going to kind of do like a happy hour-esque thing where we kind of, recommend a drink, talk about a drink kind of thing, keep it a little more interesting because, we're just going to be playing some random video games, so we're going to try to keep some audience interaction as best we can. Yeah,
good to know. I will. So I definitely encourage you guys to check them out. The link is in chat, and let's go right down to the end. Mr. Josh, how's it going, my man?
The end.
Well,
That's
the last person in line.
Hi, my name's Josh.
You are the final word in the studliness.
The best for last. That's me. So I go online by the gamer name Starscream. I play a variety of games, but mostly I am more well known for playing a game called Dungeon Boss, which I will be streaming directly after this stream ends. So if you're bored and want to watch me play a boring game, come on over there. We drink Kool-Aid and we have fun. But not
the Kool-Aid.
No.
On my stream, Kool-Aid means something a little bit different.
Good.
So, funny story about that. That's actually where my family is from. I mean, they're not part of that.
No,
Guyana.
wait. Oh.
What?
I was gonna
Guyana
say. I was gonna say Waco.
Guyana is where the Americans went and formed a compound after they were kicked out of the States, and they were like an hour away from like the main city. And then the cyanide and the Kool-Aid is that only like 70% of the people actually drank the cyanide. The rest were actually shot because they didn't they didn't drink Kool-Aid. So they went around and there's only like 9 people who survived. But yeah, the whole drinking the Kool-Aid thing is I mean, it's my cult, like my people don't make fun of it, but it's an American thing.
Thank you for that story.
I just there are younger people that play my game, so whenever I'm drinking on my stream, I just call it Kool-Aid. It's why I get cool cups and stuff like that, so I don't ever have to be drinking any like alcohol, like containers.
Like a pineapple cup, for example.
Exactly, just like that. So anyways, I streamed that game. I posted my YouTube link in chat. I don't think I have a custom made thing yet, so that's I mean, I post most of my videos there. I'm starting a video series on YouTube for other people that are watching that play that game. That's going to be a pretty in-depth guide for the newest update to that game. So a lot of people are going to be helped by that a lot. And also, the main thing I do right now is I produce music, mostly electronic music now, and I post that online as well. And I'll post that link in chat. And I would love if you guys go check that out as well. And that's pretty much it for my plug.
Absolutely, yeah. Go check all those links out in chat. All of them are provided for you and support our awesome cast members in whatever they get up to when they're not here playing D&D. As always, I've been Askren, your host and Dungeon Master. So let's go over some real quick announcements. First, as you know, every Tuesday there's a talk show on this show called Fuzzy Dice, where me and my streamer and or game designer and or podcaster and or just D&D celebrity friends come and hang out and we talk all kinds of stuff and we answer your questions live and stuff. This week I'm going to be hanging out with Mr. Adam Coble, the creator of Dungeon World, which is a very fun rules light role-playing game, as well as the head DM for the Roleplay channel and Roll20 and all kinds of other stuff, and we're going to be talking all kinds of stuff like that. But we have an extra bonus show on Monday where I'm going to be hanging out with Mrs. Dodger Lee, Press Heart to Continue, streamer,
cool.
and, all-around cool person. And she just DM'd her first game recently on Roleplay, and we're going to be talking all about that. So definitely come check those out. That's going to be Monday at, I don't even know, whenever 3 hours later than 11 PST is, because I can't math. Was it 1 o'clock? Is that it? Is it 2? I don't math. You don't. So it'll be something like that. You'll look out for the tweet. As always, check us out on social media. It's just Askren on Twitter. That's where you can keep up with all the Exploding Dice information, news, and stuff. And we have a YouTube channel where all our videos go up, and you can catch all the back episodes and all that good stuff. So as we get out of here, why don't we go ahead and find a channel that we can host. I'm gonna host my friend on Twitter. We're gonna be hosting him. So raid that. So here's the deal. The link is in chat. You just hit that link and you let them know that it's Exploding Dice that's rating them, and they're playing D&D right now. So go say hi and tell them we sent you and show them your love and continue the D&D stream love.
Should we all go in as ghouls and try to bite their faces off?
I mean, if that's a thing you can do, yeah, why not? I don't know if Twitch has added that functionality, but that is the link. Thank you all for hanging out with us. As always, we appreciate your support. We will be back here next week playing more and seeing where this story leads. Thank you for hanging out with us, guys. You guys take care. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Later.